Get Nasty on a Friday. It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. It's 2 o'clock. Your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. Boy, it got nasty in Nashville for the Blues last night.
It got nasty.
No, it got nasty. I mean, Todd Bowles, the post-game presser
we'll get to him.
I mean, my goodness.
Throwing his Buccaneers under the bus last night as if he didn't contribute to that embarrassing performance.
He had his guy. He did fine.
Yeah, right. Now, what's that? The ball do you call plays for, Todd? Oh, defense? Yeah. Kirk Cousins did what to you? Okay. That's
football,
great.
He's back, Anthony. How do you feel about that?
Well, we'll get to him. The Blues.
Damn it.
The Blues fall last night.
Fall.
Being nice. They're shredded last night by the Steven Stamkoses. He scores. How many?
Still scoring.
I think he scored again, didn't he?
Yeah. He may have just scored again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
594 career goals.
He had 590 heading into the game.
4 goals last night ties the Predators' record
600 last night
for most in a game. The only thing we can do is laugh because it prevents us from crying.
Cussing.
Or cussing. That's true too. I don't know what the positives are right now.
Hugh McGing scores his first NHL goal last night.
Beyond Hugh McGing
Robbie
scoring
Fabry
his
gets
goal.
an assist. First game back as a Blues.
Robbie Fabry
Carey,
getting the
there's lots of things you
assist.
can focus
And
on.
Robert Thomas scoring a goal. Thank you,
Thomas
Leonard.
stays hot.
Otherwise, it was a complete bleep
Philip
show.
Goldberg, 2 assists, 26 minutes of ice time. I mean, there's lots of things. You just have to look, Anthony.
It was a complete bleep show, just as Braden Shen said post-game.
It's bad.
Soft in front of our own net, soft in front of their net, and give good players time and space to score goals or second chances, and leaving Binner out to hang out to dry on some, and that's how we keep on giving up as many goals as we are right now.
He's not wrong about anything. The question is, what do they do about it? What do the players do about it? This is up to them if they want to save their season or not. But we're still talking about effort at this point.
It's more than effort.
It's more than effort. Okay.
It's more than effort.
Yeah. Explain.
What I'm seeing is a team that right now, for whatever reason, are unable or unwilling to do whatever it takes to win a hockey game. What they're lacking has nothing to do with talent. It has nothing to do with young guys in the lineup. It has nothing to do with injuries. They're lacking that killer instinct to where they'll do whatever it takes to score a goal, get to the front of the net, make the opponent miserable. That's not existent. And then as far as giving up prime real estate in your end, it's just it's a cakewalk right now.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, just do whatever you want. We'll just be over here. Yeah. You want me to pass you the puck again? Yeah, there you go. Oh, you want another shot at it in front of the net? Oh, you want to stab at Binner? Go ahead. He'll take care of himself. You know, he likes to fight. I can't watch it right now, man. It's like, wow. Like, Cheddar's getting frustrated, too. You can hear it in his voice there. Soft. How can you be soft?
Soft in front of our net and in front of their
anywhere,
net.
Carey. You don't need to be any good at the sport to be tough to play against. You don't.
I agree.
Like, I've said it a million times. It's blocking shots, taking hits, making hits, playing tough. Has nothing to do with talent. Zero. Has nothing to do with how many years you played in the league. Has nothing to do with where you played last year. Left-handed, right-handed, brown hair, blonde hair. Doesn't matter, Anthony.
No.
It's like, I just can't explain it. People are asking me. I don't have the answer. I've been saying right now, full disclosure, right here in the fast lane, right? I don't have the answer. I know what the problem is, but I don't have the answer. And the problem for me, the biggest problem I have is that to a man, it's almost the same group as they had last year when they were competing, when they were scratching and clawing. And the Winnipeg Jets barely made it out of the series, not just in the game, but they had so many injuries. Like, the Blues were they were a pain in the ass to play against. I remember talking to Matthew Tkachuk after playing Florida. He's like, you guys are just smothering. You're all over the place. You guys are not fun to play against. Where is that?
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same group of guys pretty much, like at least what you started the season with. Now you've got injuries and things, right? But whatever. It wasn't happening before, though, either. Even when you had Torchenko, Walker, Snuggie, all these guys that were your regulars, it wasn't going on then.
Mm-hmm.
So this is, to me, it's as easy as, are you willing to do whatever the hell it takes to win a hockey game? If you're not, I don't want you on my team right now.
Yep.
And this has been a thing for a while, Carey. It's been a few years where we've seen this. I feel like I'm watching a 60-minute penalty kill. I'm not kidding. It feels like they get the puck, they dump it in, line change, maybe one forward checks. Every now and then they'll get some ozone time, but it's usually
Marshy,
one
name
and
one other
done.
guy that had a big hit last night, apart from Braden Shen. Braden Shen had like 2 or 3 big hits. Dylan Holloway had 2 hits. Mm-hmm. Who else?
I don't know.
Your fourth freaking line.
I was going to ask you
It's your
about
only
that.
freaking job, Carey.
I was going to ask you about, like, is it... I know hockey has changed, you know, from when I grew up watching it and from when you played back in the old days, the good old
Why you gotta
days.
say it like that?
We're older. Don't worry about it. But we used to watch people get hit.
Calling you old.
As football's
You
the same
totally
way.
call me old.
People get hit.
Yeah.
And I don't, like, is it against the rules to put a body on somebody?
Nope.
Hit somebody?
Nope.
Hit them hard?
Nope.
If they fall, are you in trouble? Do you get a penalty?
That depends if you hit them from behind.
If you hit them while they got the puck and they see it, I mean, but...
There are things that can happen, but ask me if I care. I don't.
Do it.
I'll kill the penalty.
Yeah. The effort for me it's a no for me, dog.
Yeah.
You know? It's a no for me. I just don't understand it. And I'm watching this Forsberg goal. I don't know if Robert Thomas is skating back as hard as he possibly can.
There's a lot of things that happen on that goal that are problematic for me.
Like
Robert Thomas being a step behind is certainly
But
one
he's
of
not
them.
skating hard either. I know he can skate
I don't think he
faster
expected
and
the
harder.
other guys to be cutting through his defense like a hot knife through butter either.
Okay.
So all of it thrown in the blender together, and you get that awful drink that you saw.
And you keep drinking it, huh? Just keep drinking, keep pouring.
Well,
pour another.
No, it's not that you keep drinking. The opposition keeps force
forcing
feeding
it.
it to you, and you let them.
Another.
Yeah, here's more. Okay, okay.
I want it.
No.
Okay, yeah.
When do we push back?
Take your medicine.
Well,
Push back.
they're too slow right now. Like the team speed is just baffling to me. You know, I told you guys in the office immediately after that game, I put the Avalanche and Panthers game on. It looked like it was a different sport. It was a different sport. Those guys play with so much speed and anticipation, and they're just dynamic players. And yeah, of course, the Colorado Avalanche best team in the league right now. But like the way that they play, that's fun to watch. What I watched last night, what happened in Nashville, the game that Jamie was actually there live in person, which I feel bad about.
Working the game too. I'd talk about it too, Marshy.
Yeah, you had nowhere to go.
Different sport.
That's fun.
It was not fun to watch. It's not fun to watch. Like, get the puck out of the zone. Get off the ice so you're not out there for 2 minutes. So you don't get scored on.
Yeah, that was.
Again.
How
You
about
saw that
this?
one coming.
I got a suggestion.
That one was coming.
I got a suggestion. How about this? When you're playing defense, play defense with a purpose. Because right now, in the defensive zone, it's a free-for-all. Teams are going to whatever ice they want to go to. There's no pushback. There's no physicality. There's no bite to the game. They get to the front of the net. They do whatever they want. They get to the corner. They cycle the puck for 2. They had the Blues out on the ice for 2.5 minutes at one point last night.
Now, real quick, the Blues, they changed their defensive scheme. Does that have anything to do with
No.
it? Because no, it doesn't. Okay.
0.
It's just effort.
It's effort, because the defensive scheme that they changed to, they tweaked before, wasn't working great. Every year you try something new. So they basically have gone back to what they did last year at the end of the season. That worked well, right? Last year? But this, you've got to be closing out plays and intelligently. Can't just run like that. I think that's the problem that some of these players are having right now, and I don't think at times. I don't believe it's lack of effort. Sometimes I think it's just poor judgment. And what they're missing is at times when they shouldn't be going, they're being overly aggressive, vacating the good ice, leaving the front of the net, and they're getting scored on. And then other times where they should be going, they're playing too passive, and then the other team controls the puck for an elongated period of time and wears you down so that when you finally get the puck, you can't do anything. You're too freaking tired. Dump it out, get off the ice, new guys. Now they've regrouped. Now they're coming back at you again.
Yep.
For me, it's just you've always been able to control how hard you work and what you're willing to do to win a hockey game. And not every player is wired the same. So it's not a blanket comment, because I get it. But as a player, for me, and I don't mean to be dramatic about it, I was willing to sacrifice serious bodily harm in order for my team to win. And that didn't translate into more money for me. Most of the times it translated in the team doing really well, picking up somebody else to go on a run and getting rid of me. That's okay. I showed up every freaking night and did whatever it took. Not everybody's like that, though. Some guys are more talented. That's fine. But do whatever it takes to maximize your role on the team. Right. If you're a goal scorer, if that's not your style to block shots, to fight, to hit, to whatever, that's fine. But then be unstoppable offensively. Don't be denied. Be Ryan O'Reilly. Looks like he's carrying around a 30-pound stick out there because he can't get the puck off of him. Like, that's the same kind of grit, but on the offensive side, too. It doesn't always have to look like Brian Sutter back in the day. It doesn't have to look like that. It can look like Brett Hull, to where every time the puck came to him, he shot that puck, he scored. He found a way to get open. He was covered, he was getting slashed, he was getting hit, and he found a way to keep scoring. That's toughness, too, in a different way. So it's not just, you got to be gritty and fight and hit. Rivers doesn't know. He was a shitty player. Oop. Bad player. What does he know? Well, I know what it looks like, at least. And I know where the dump button is, too.
You do. Absolutely.
I'm all fired up, guys. It's a Friday.
You can't claim that Jamie Rivers isn't fired up today for
well, hopefully the people listening don't know.
No, YouTube knows.
YouTube definitely knows. Yeah. Hey, that's...
Oh, well.
That stuff happens, you know?
Shut up, Carey.
Jamie's passionate, though. So anybody that's going to kind of come with the, well, Jamie doesn't criticize the Blues. He doesn't care. He's not passionate. Now, you just proved you wrong. Last Minute Blues podcast. We're doing a live edition.
I lost my job, too.
At Hot Shots in Fenton this Tuesday in support of Operation Food Search. Bring a canned or non-perishable food donation and score one of the brand new Last Minute Blues podcast stickers. You'll have a chance to win a signed Jordan Binnington jersey, tickets to multiple upcoming Blues home games, and even a chance to potentially play our game, Good Puck, Bad Puck. Plus, Alex Ferrario, Jeremy Rutherford, and Donnie Fandango will host a live edition of the Last Minute Blues podcast. It features special guest Tony Twist. To get all the details on the live Last Minute Blues podcast happening on Tuesday, December 16th at Hot Shots in Fenton, you can do so now at 101ESPN.com. The Bucks may have just cost themselves the NFC South. I mean, not really. They got two games against the Panthers, but do you trust them at all? And Todd Bowles went on, speaking of a profanity-laced tirade, he threw his players under the bus. I think he's got to take some responsibility and accountability as well. That's next on 101 ESPN.
Cheap, fun. Let's get dirty during holiday time. Visiting my friends over at Dirt Cheap. I was over there today at the Kisker location. I've been talking about it for a few days. Now the Rivers House having a nice little holiday party, and Dirt Cheap is providing all of the fun for us over there tomorrow night. I picked up some great stuff, and the one thing about Dirt Cheap is they always have the great bourbons, the great wines, the champagnes, all of those things that are fun at holiday time. And I picked up a few little airplane bottles, some shooters. Going to be some fun tomorrow night at the house. Dirt Cheap has got everything, and they've got great prices as well. That's the main thing. Dirt Cheap means the price, not the product. Let's remember that. Download the Dirt Cheap app today. Start saving immediately. I punched in my number today. This is next time that I'm in there, I'm saving a bunch of money because I've built up all this stuff in the app. It's awesome. You can either order pickup or delivery as well to whatever location you're going to on the way home. It's a great thing to have available. It's a time saver, that's for sure. So get over to your nearest Dirt Cheap. Check things out. Now tell them Jamie Rivers sent you in. They absolutely love hearing that. Download that app again today. And remember to have fun, but please be careful out there.
Well, the Bucs had an absolutely inexcusable loss last night to the Falcons on Thursday Night Football, one in which that inspired a tirade-filled post-game press conference for Bucs head coach Todd Bowles, who you'll hear in a second here. But, guys, there is absolutely, and I got to give credit to a guy that I criticize a lot. Kirk Cousins played his ass off. He played incredibly well. If he played Tampa Bay 17 times a year, he'd put up Bryce Young numbers against the Falcons.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Come on, man.
Like, he'd put up MVP numbers if he only had to face Todd Bowles' defense. And again, more on that in a second. But if you didn't see that game, the Bucs had a 14-point lead with 13 and a half minutes left. By the way, I read this stat to Marsh. I don't know if I read it on air. The Falcons entering last night's game were 0-9 in any game this season that they trailed at any point.
So every game that they've won, all 5 of them, four of them
going
tonight,
into last night,
they were up the entire time.
They were up the entire game.
Wow. That's crazy.
So if the opponent kicked a field goal in the first quarter,
they lost that
the Falcons were going to lose that game. Last night was the first time the Falcons
team's got jam.
trailed in any game and came back. The Bucs were up by 14
in the fourth quarter.
The Falcons committed 19 penalties.
They were sending a message.
There are 2 fumbles. I have no idea how the Falcons recovered.
The Darnell Mooney one, you could see it's like pop out.
Newsom went in there, though, like a bat out of hell.
He went in there and said, "To hell with it, I'm going to get it."
That's the center for the Falcons.
Yeah.
There's a screenshot in which you could see Mooney's trying to reach for the ball.
Yeah.
There are at least $4, $5 in the area. News was not even in the picture.
Yeah, he dove in there and
dove in there like a man.
And got the
that
ball
thing back. I don't know how Kirk Cousins recovered the other fumble too on the sack.
I'm disappointed in you.
Oh, wow. Do tell.
Because I texted you
finally
before that final drive, and I said, "What did I say to you?
Wake up, Killian.
Go wake up my man Killian. Let him see this magic happen."
Yeah.
And Killian was sleeping through the night.
I read it different. I read that text different.
No.
I thought you meant to go wake him up so he can see how miserable it is to be a Falcons fan.
He knows.
Like when Anthony told you, make sure your son stays at the Cardinal game and watches that.
It's a growing moment.
Yeah.
But I had a good feeling.
That's the way I read it.
It's a good read.
It's Kirk Chains versus the Buccaneers. It's a dub. You should have woke Killian up, said, "Son,
you watch
this is why we cheer for the Falcons."
It's funny.
This moment.
Hard to beat a team twice.
Hard to beat a team twice. I'm shocked you didn't take the Falcons.
You took the Falcons last night?
No, I didn't. We thought
I got text messages from several people yesterday. Said the theme for the day was Andrew Marsh the team's not being able to beat another team twice.
Yeah.
And then you didn't take the Falcons.
Well, we did make an exception to the rule, and the Falcons were the exception to the rule until they weren't.
Yeah.
So look at them proving us wrong.
Kyle Pitts, 11 catches, 166 yards, 3 touchdowns. Boy, the Jaguars or Dolphins are going to pay him a lot of money in the offseason.
Is he disappointed?
And he'll be.
Is he up?
Yeah. Yeah.
They'll be disappointed.
Jaguars. Why say that?
Yes. I don't know. He went to Florida.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that's not automatic, Anthony. It doesn't mean he likes Florida.
He'll be a Jaguar. Here's Todd Bowles. So the story, of course, last night was the Buccaneers losing that game. Here's Todd Bowles with a lot of bleeps post-game, and this audio is courtesy of the NFL on ESPN.
It's inexcusable. You don't make excuses. You got to care enough where the hurts. You got to care enough where the hurts. It got to mean something to you. It's more than a job. It's your livelihood. How well do you know your job? How well can you do your job? Well, you can't sugarcoat that. It was inexcusable, and there's no answer for it. There's no excuse for it.
Was that Monty?
I was going to say, was Todd watching the Blues game?
I didn't think of that same thing. Are you sure that wasn't Jim Montgomery?
It didn't sound like Monty.
It didn't sound like him, but
Let's be honest, both apply. I mean, it applies either way.
Todd Bowles, no wonder you lost. You're watching the Blues game.
yeah. Monty, no wonder you lost. You were coaching the Bucs game.
How about Mike Evans just left before the kick?
He was ticked up.
livid.
You could tell he was screaming at the defense that entire drive, too.
3rd and 28. 3rd and 28.
Yep.
That's
Which
a tough one. Yeah.
was weird because
Why do you accept that?
Why did you accept that penalty?
I agree.
I thinking back on it, it kind of made sense because if it's 3rd and what was it going to be 3rd and 14 or 3rd and 18?
It was
they
either
were going to
gonna-
go for it on 4th down, so you knew, but you essentially gave them 3 downs to get the 28. I thought that
Exactly.
was so weird that they didn't decline that penalty. Because was that when Kirky fumbled the football? Was that the same situation, or was it? It was another penalty, wasn't it?
I think it was right after
There was a
that.
penalty that took place, and they accepted the penalty of a holding or something. Why did they accept that and make it and repeat 2nd down?
As a Falcon fan, rooting for them last night, when that happened, I thought, oh, well, good.
Yeah.
Because they still,
I did,
like you
yeah.
said, they had 3 downs to
Yeah.
try to pick it up. The 3rd and 28 was bad. Still, 4th and 14. Kirk Cousins throws to a guy.
Can he even throw it 14 yards anymore?
I looked at Chris and I go, that's the longest throw I've ever seen him make.
Well, I texted you guys, go, here comes the 6-yard throw.
That's what I told her. I even went to the TV and I'm like, here you go. They need 4th and 14. He's going to throw it here. Yeah. And I pointed like the flats. But a great throw to a guy who could not catch a cold last night.
He had a wide open ball and just dropped it.
David Sills, the 5th, walk-in touchdown. And my man put it on the ground. He had another drop in that game, too.
He had a good game.
He did.
Though.
He
Like,
came
had
up-
6 catches.
he came up
He had
clutch.
10.
He despite the drops. He
Was he
did
catching with
come up
boxing
clutch.
gloves on,
He
Carey?
might have.
Pretty much.
He had some good catches there.
He stepped up. No Drake London in that game.
He
but
would have had a great game.
But last night, so Todd Bowles, you can hear him. You got to want it. You got to want enough. There was another moment too. I think he mentions the coaches want it. Hey, first of all, bad mistake, accepting the penalty and giving him more yards. Why the hell are you throwing it?
on 2nd down.
Why the hell are you throwing it on 2nd down?
Yeah.
Your opponent's not the Falcons at that point. Your opponent is the time. And they're throwing the ball on 2nd down, trying to pick up the 1st. Baker Mayfield, if a better throw, he completes it. But the fact is, he didn't make a good throw. He skipped the ball to the ground. Time stops. Then they try to throw it again. The Bucs were somewhat fortunate that Baker Mayfield took the sack.
Yeah.
So that the time kept going. They didn't work the clock at all. They gave Cousins and the Falcons more than enough time. Should have still won the game multiple times over. I mean, 19 penalties and you don't win that game?
How about the 2-point conversion that they
smokes.
went for and didn't get?
Both 2-point conversions
I
from
didn't
the
like the play
Falcons
call.
were horrible.
I didn't like the play call on either one of them.
Horrible play calls.
I thought it was terrible. And on the one, it looks like Kirk was telling either Bijan or one of them, "You're supposed to break in."
Yes, yeah.
So it might have been a good play call and just lack of execution by whichever player that Kirk was
I think it was
yelling
Bijan.
at.
I think you're right.
it was Bijan because he's telling them just the way that they were aligned. You had it looked like it was 3 people going out to the flats, which clearly is incorrect unless you're flooding that area and moving the quarterback that way. So I would assume one of them was supposed to come back in and they didn't.
Yeah.
So it seemed like a bad play call, but might have been poor execution by the players on that specific play.
Either way, the Falcons were giving you that game all the way along. But here's the thing on Bowles, too. He calls the plays for the defense. Tampa Bay scored 28 points last night. 28. Baker Mayfield didn't have a great game, but he still put up 277 yards, a couple of touchdowns to throw the one back-breaking interception. They did not stick with the run, but other than that, Tampa Bay's offense was fine. You allowed 476 yards, 476 total yards to a Drake London-less Falcons team that was quarterbacked by Kirk Cousins, throwing to somebody named David Sills the 5th.
The 5th.
It is.
No, I know. I just
Are you, but Todd, are you serious?
Kyle Pitts had a hell of a night.
Kyle Pitts owned your defense.
Yeah. He was running.
And he don't own
was
anybody.
Double moves. They were jumping. They were taking the bait. Like, he had a really good night.
He did.
Yeah.
He played very well. You guys trust the Bucs to still win the division because they will face Carolina twice.
Nope.
See, I'm with you. This is not a one-off. We talked about it. We talked about it yesterday. If you go back, look at their schedule. They lose to the Patriots at home. No harm, no foul there. They lost in a shootout to Buffalo, crushed by the Rams, won by 3 against a bad Cardinals team. Then you lost to the Saints and Falcons the last 2 weeks at home.
They've lost 5 of the last 6.
And most of those games, let's see, 1, 2, 3 of those were at home.
Well, obviously the game against the Panthers coming up is massive for them. They got them twice.
You got him twice.
So whoever, I think the Bucks have to win both of those games, in my opinion, to win the division.
Mm-hmm.
And the Panthers only have to win one.
Yeah, because the Panthers, I was going to say the Panthers are in New Orleans this weekend, but they did lose to New Orleans at home.
Yeah, but let's go with it's hard to beat a team twice.
Hard to beat a team
There it
twice.
is. It all comes back. All comes back around. Yep. All right. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. By the way, nobody on our side or the Riz Show side chose the Falcons. Carey was thinking about
I
it.
thought about it as we were walking out. Yep.
He did. He said, I might change my pick.
And he was like, no.
You can't let him talk to you. You know him.
Clearly.
He hates the Falcons.
I was cheering hard last night.
I bet you were.
I was fired up.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Well, I can
right
hardly
now.
tell.
That's all I got.
Text line was buzzing.
Yeah.
So was Anthony.
He was.
I actually was sober last night.
I don't know if I believe that.
We got tagged in a X post last night.
Yeah. I was sober I was sober when I sent
That was
that.
hilarious.
Yeah. I sent him another one.
Did you?
Yeah. Say, hey, let's not do the whole thing where you're trying to insult me just to get my attention. I'll just give you my attention. What do you want to talk about, pal?
No reply.
I haven't heard back from him. Yeah.
That's no fun.
Yeah. I almost asked him, I'm like, are you not getting enough attention at home? Like,
That's usually what it is.
Do you feel as though that your voice is not heard at home?
Oh, boy.
And now you're trying to chirp at me? Or I care. I care.
Clearly.
I don't think you care.
No,
I do care.
No, he cares. Carey, just differently than most people.
I like that guy. That nameless, faceless guy.
Yeah, there's
Zero accountability guy.
Yeah. It's always weird.
It's all good. I'll tell you what's not all good. Sherrone Moore. More details emerge. We'll get into him next on 101 ESPN.
Can you believe it is already holiday season? Well, most people are thinking about lights and gifts and lists and parties and all that thing. What if you're a homeowner and you're thinking about selling your home and you're a little nervous right now? Should you do it now or should you wait until the new year? Well, I talked to Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, and she said, listen, right now is a great time. I said, really? She said, yeah. Low inventory means if your home is in great shape and you price it accordingly, not only will you sell fast, you'll sell for the most money available. That's why I trust Gloria Liu with all of my real estate needs, because she understands the market here in St. Louis. She's been here in business for over 20 years, and she just gets it. She knows exactly when to list your home, what to price it for, and gets you to the closing table. She's got 24,000 buyers in waiting, which means that the moment you list your home, she probably has somebody that wants to buy it. That's the beauty of hiring Gloria Liu. She's the best for a reason. That's just one of them. So please pick up the phone, give her a call, tell her Jamie Rivers sent you in. Her number is 314-325-6888. That's 314-325-6888. Or you can always visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com.
Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. The Blues, a tough one last night in Nashville. They lose to the Predators by a final score of 7-2. They'll be back in action tonight going up against the Chicago Blackhawks. Pregame for that one right here on 101 ESPN starts at 6. Puck drop is at 7. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
Well, the Sherrone Moore story has provided more details. Also, ESPN and TMZ provided more details on the now disgraced head coach, former head coach of the Michigan Wolverines. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. So former Michigan football coach Sherrone Moore now faces 3 criminal charges: felony third-degree home invasion, misdemeanor stalking in a domestic relationship, and misdemeanor breaking and entering. Moore was arrested and jailed hours after being fired on Wednesday with his bond set at $25,000. He was fired for cause due to an inappropriate relationship with a staff member. Prosecutors say that Moore forced entry into the staff member's apartment and made alarming suicidal threats, including, quote, "I'm going to kill myself. I'm going to make you watch. My blood is on your hands." At that point, the young woman said that she was going to call the authorities. Sherrone Moore left her apartment, and she reached out to her attorney. Eventually, either her or the attorney called the officials, and that's when he was authorities, and that's when he was arrested. There's so much here to kind of unpack, but it's amazing how quickly things escalated for Sherrone Moore. So the reports are that she was going to break up with him. The mistress was going to break up with him, and then she was going to the authorities at Michigan to tell Michigan what had been going on. That's when he tried to confront her, and things just went sideways from there. Now, if you saw the video of him just sitting there as he was being arraigned today, that's just, you talk about fallen man right there.
It's all
fallen
bad.
Person. It's all bad.
Yeah,
I feel bad. I feel bad for his wife. I feel bad for his kids. His kids are what, hopefully they're shielded to some point, but he's a public figure.
Social media, that, and it's just, it's out there.
If the mistress was any sort of victim, I don't know if she was, but if she was any victim in this too, I certainly feel bad for her.
She's obviously a victim of some degree.
But mostly, the wife, who obviously doesn't seem like she knew what was going on, and the kids are definitely innocent.
Yeah, it's just a horrible situation. There's not one positive thing about it at all. Yeah. And then, you see people trying to dissect it online and talking about, well, he shouldn't have had an employee that was younger and attractive and all this. What are we doing? We're going to blame her?
I don't think hiring her was the problem.
It's not. You're right. Exactly. You worded it perfect. Hiring her was not the problem, or her being on the staff was not the problem.
Yeah.
It's the lines that were blurred and crossed that were ultimately the problem. It's just a horrible situation for all parties involved. And obviously, I'm no doctor, but it seems like Sherrone Moore might have some issues that he needs to work through, especially hearing certain things that are kind of out there, whatever. I'm not going to comment because I don't have facts in front of me. But, when you threaten to kill yourself or commit suicide or whatever, however you want to word it, and then you're threatening somebody else, there's something that's not...
Yeah, there's a cry for help there.
Something not right there.
Sure.
I think this is, I often hear, when you watch those TV shows, I used to watch Locked Up Abroad or different TV shows where people are locked up, and they say, a 2-minute decision can give you 20 years in life. It is literally that quick. 120 seconds can change your life from what you're doing, from being free to being in prison, and it happens that quick. Sometimes it's less time than that. And so he got in his car, he got fired, got in the car obviously, and went over to this person's house, and you made what was already a bad thing much worse. Like getting fired because you had an extramarital affair or you did all of those things It happens. It's awful. Your family is going to have to deal with it. They're going to have to deal with the shame and the publicity of it all. But you know what you're still going to have? Your freedom. And you're still probably going to get another job here shortly because things happen and you know,
most certainly you get another job.
You're going to get another job.
It's just the way
You know what
it
you're
is.
not going to get now? You're probably not ever going to get another job in football.
He might not have freedom for a while either.
So it's just compounding a poor decision, just going down the rabbit hole. And I tell people all, like, before you get to that point, man, just stop. Stop. Stop.
You know what I
Go the
wonder
other
if-
direction and don't even continue.
You know what I wonder, CD? And I'm just going to wonder out loud, just for whatever it is. And so whoever's listening, just take everything I'm about to say with a grain of salt here, because we're kind of workshopping through this.
Yeah.
I wonder who of his friends or family knew about all this that was going on, because the
That's a
odds
good
are,
question, too.
the odds are, somebody had to know, not just him and the mistress. Somebody had to know.
Yeah.
Whether it's an Uber driver they use or this or that. There was a trail somewhere, and odds are he had a best friend or a brother, or she had a best friend or a sister or a brother too that they're confiding in. There are people that knew. Like if it's my buddy, you know, you try to maybe work with your friend, help him out a little
Slow
bit.
down.
It just pump the brakes, bro.
Slow down.
You know?
And the moment you get fired, don't do that. I'm about to go. No, you are not.
If you're gonna feel that way, make me your first phone call.
let's
please.
go. Let's go talk.
Yeah.
So yeah, you just compounded a poor decision, and you know, again, getting fired, the embarrassment, the shame from that, and then your family finding all those details out. But now you are literally. I was watching CNN, and he's sitting in jail in a white jumpsuit,
Yep.
on camera, talking to the lawyer, and to the judge.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is the head coach, or was the head coach of Michigan, just last week playing Ohio State.
Yeah.
That's how quickly life can come at you. So you just got to make good decisions.
We got a question here from the 314, or a comment. I don't know. I'll bounce it off the panel here. She says, serious question. Inappropriate, question mark. Was she underage, or because he was married? Weren't they two consenting adults? All of that's fine, but the University of Michigan has in their policies that you're not supposed to be involved with other employees.
That's the key. He was her boss.
Yeah, a subordinate, like someone that works under
where
you.
the
Someone has leverage in the
right.
situation.
Yeah, in terms of
It's not like she was the girls' basketball coach and he's the football coach, and then they decided to have an affair or date or whatever.
Right, he works on it. Now, in terms of like, look, she's the mistress. There's accountability for her too. You know, there just is. There's.
I said everybody's culpable here.
She can, you know, obviously she was involved in this too. She got to make peace with that. But in terms of him being fired for the inappropriate relationship with it, he's her boss. Yeah, that is why Michigan can fire him with cause.
Unfair advantage. Yeah, it's not great. No. You know what? I shouldn't say everybody's culpable, because they're not. As his wife and his children aren't culpable in this situation. Anybody else who knew about it is culpable.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bottom line, like you either let it happen, you ignored it, you turned your back on it. Or
I don't know if that's fair though, because you might have had people that told him, "Hey, this is a dumbass idea, and you should stop."
Fair enough.
And
Those people wouldn't be.
He just said, "I'm doing what I want to do."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I guess I shouldn't have blanketed it like that, but just you're right.
Even
I ignored
if that,
thought.
even if I don't make the decision for you. Even if you,
No, I can
if
tell you I
people go
hate your
tell 'em-
decision making.
Yeah.
So
Right.
you're going to listen.
But
and even if I say, "Oh man, that's cool," but you're still the one doing it.
Yeah.
Like it's your decision. I think this is on Sherrone Moore and the poor decisions that he made after he was fired, leading up to getting fired. Clearly, those were poor decisions.
It's a different level, though.
A different level. If you are dealing with the authorities, man, you done did something really, really wrong.
You've got to the level you don't want to be at.
Yeah.
yeah, I hate to phrase it this way, but since we're here, he could have just gotten fired.
Correct.
Well, that's what CD said earlier.
Yeah.
That
He
was
lost his job, maybe his marriage.
Right.
I'm not going to say he would have. Maybe.
Maybe you could have worked through it.
But you
know,
still got your
but-
freedom.
He probably would have got another coordinator job somewhere next year or the year after, somewhere in college football, because he's obviously a football guy. Like, it didn't have to go this far.
Right.
Now to me, it's at the point of no return.
Well, he'll face the consequences, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It's a season of giving, and every day this week we're giving away the gift of Cardinals baseball. Right now, we have your shot to score a Cardinals opening day ticket pack. The opening day ticket pack includes 2 tickets to the Cardinals home opener, plus a pair of tickets to 9 other games next season at Busch Stadium. Cardinals ticket packs are now on sale. You can find all the ticket pack info at cardinals.com/tickets. So I've been basing a lot of the trivia that we've done for the ticket giveaway this year off of some stuff for last year. So last year, as we know, the Cardinals in their home opener hosted the Minnesota Twins. And I believe there was a home run hit in that game. I've been doing a lot of home runs. Yeah. Newbar hit the first home run of the season. There was also a home run hit by a Cardinal in the 8th inning. Who hit that one? Home opener last year.
Hey, what was the answer to the question the other day?
Which one?
Was it the last home run of the season?
Marshy had
Jordan Walker.
Yeah. No way.
Yeah. It was Jordan Walker.
Carey, you laughed at him.
I did.
So who hit the
me out
last
of the building?
Who hit the last homer in the home opener against the Twins last year? Newbar hit the first. Harrison Bader hit one, but who hit the last home run in that game? If you have the correct answer, text in to the Air Comfort Service text line 314-399-9646, and if you are the 101st texter with the correct answer, you'll go see. You'll get the Cardinals ticket pack for the opening day ticket pack this year. All right, Marsh has got what's trending for you next on 101 ESPN.
topics in the sports world?
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
It's time to find out with
What's Trending? Brought to you by Elite Comfort Experts. Heating and cooling with no gimmicks, just guarantees. EliteComfortExperts.com.
Welcome back to the Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN. I'm Andrew Marsh, along with three children. Hey. Anthony Stalter, Jamie Rivers, and Carey
Missed you
Davis.
guys.
Yeah, we missed you too, Jamie.
Guys, I want to talk about Mizzou football. Let's stick with college football here. But Mizzou has their schedule coming out. Or it's already out. It's already out. You guys want to run through the schedule here?
Let's do it. How many dubs they getting this year, Marshall?
Well, that's the question I want to ask you guys.
Do it.
All right. We're going to start the season off with Arkansas Pine Bluff.
Oh, that's a dub.
Win.
We're going to Kansas.
Nah, that's a dub. That's the biggest game of the year.
Big game.
2.
Wait, going to KU?
Going to KU.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
baby, circle that one.
Then we're taking on Jamie's favorite team, Troy.
Yeah, Jamie will be. He'll go for the. He take Troy on the money line. He loves Troy.
We'll see what the spread's at when the game
That's 3. Is that on the road or at home? At home?
That is at home.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just checking.
You pay those schools to come up. You pay those Sunbelt schools to come up.
I thought you said some of.
That's just, yeah.
Some of.
I thought you said some.
Jesus. He's just having a.
Those
Southern for him and his family.
Pay those some more. Come on up here.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, now SEC games start.
All right.
We're at Mississippi State.
Win.
That's a win. We're at 4.
We're taking on Florida at home.
Give him a win. 5.
I don't know about that.
Give him a win.
Florida?
Win.
Okay.
Florida, I might care about them.
Home game against A&M, Texas A&M.
That's a
Win.
I take that as a loss.
We're at Ole Miss.
Probably a loss.
Win.
Again.
No Lane Kiffin.
It's
At
not a
Arkansas.
bad thought.
Win.
Win?
6.
Texas Longhorns at home.
I'm going to count that as a loss.
I'm going to count that as an L.
Then we're going to Athens. Take on those
In
Bulldogs.
between the hedges?
L.
Yeah, that's a loss.
Yeah, L.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At home against Kentucky.
Win.
Then you finish off the year at home against Oklahoma.
So they're not facing Arkansas
He said
in
Arkansas.
the final year or the final.
okay.
They're not.
No,
Nope.
they changed it up.
Oklahoma now.
Oklahoma at home.
At home. So you have
Win.
You have games against A&M, Ole Miss, Georgia, Oklahoma. There's 4 college football playoff teams right there. A Texas team that almost cried their way into the college football playoff.
Damn.
Well, they did. How do you think this team does next year?
They're gonna roll.
How do you actually
That's
feel that this
Alabama.
team will?
I got him at, roll tide. I got him at 7 wins right there.
I got them at 10.
What did they have this year?
8.
8.
I got them about the same as they did this year.
Yeah, I have no idea. Who's their quarterback? They're going with the would-be sophomore. They bringing back Bo Perbula. What's going on?
Why would Perbula not be the quarterback?
Maybe get somebody
Maybe
better.
they wanted to maybe they want to upgrade the position.
I just asking
Find
a
a
question.
quarterback that
You have to
can.
make fun of me.
I didn't make. I
love the way you said
I
that.
paused.
Whatever.
I don't know if Bo Perbula is going to come back next year.
Where is he going?
NFL, Carey.
He may go to Troy.
The men of Troy?
Yeah.
Okay.
He might be a Trojan. There's too much. There's too much time between now and and too many
We ain't
questions.
even over with this season. We don't even know what this season's going to
Let's
look
see
like.
how they do in the bowl game, then we'll judge them because that's important.
Who are they playing in the bowl game?
Virginia.
Oh, the Cavaliers?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Does it matter who the quarterback is?
Yeah.
Typically, it has not. It's always been some sort of rendition of the same guy. By the way, congrats to Brady Cook.
Yeah, getting the start.
Brady Cook's going to start for the JETS Jets. Also, congratulations to Carey's former quarterback, Kenny Pickett, who will start for the Las Vegas Raiders.
My form. I don't know.
So Brady Cook,
don't claim that
Kenny
fool.
Pickett, and Phillip Rivers likely to start for teams this
I was
weekend.
talking to my cousin not too
In
long
the
ago,
NFL.
Philip. I
Yeah.
said, man, Said another grandbaby. Now you're under center, huh? Mm-hmm. Said, yeah, I had to get out of the house. Like, okay, cool. I mean, he loves his family.
Of course.
All 10 kids, but, you know.
You know who won't be playing on Sunday? Or actually Monday?
Sunday or Monday?
That's
Kirk
right.
Cousins?
Well, no, he already played.
Right.
TJ Watt.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Man,
TJ
that
Watt.
sucks.
Why did the Steelers try to take out one of their best players?
They didn't do that
What's
intentionally.
weird is they said that it was a stabbing motion.
No.
Yeah, it was a stabbing, allegedly a stabbing motion.
It's a dry
And it was
needling.
Mike Tomlin.
He
Definitely wasn't him.
Nope.
It's a dry needling incident where I guess the needle went too deep and punctured a lung.
So I have a major issue with that.
The dry needling?
No, just the fact that happened because obviously Ashley, my girlfriend, she's a chiropractor, she does acupuncture, does dry needling,
Right.
all this stuff. And
I've never heard. I've
she's
never
like-
seen it.
she's like, do you know
How far deep you gotta go?
Yeah.
It's not supposed to go that deep.
So you have
It's
you have a rib cage that
Yeah.
protects you from like
It's not supposed to go. I don't know how you go that deep with that dry
I said,
needle.
maybe a stabbing motion.
But that's Tyrod Taylor missed the game a couple of years ago.
Yeah, that was
because-
Justin
Yeah,
Herbert's
Justin Herbert's
dad
dad
did that to him.
Do you think they
Allegedly.
allegedly? Do you think that already the one man party said,
that
"Hey,
to
hey,
TJ?
I want to try to do
Too many
this."
people laughing at my offense. Let's focus on the defense.
Yeah, let's do this. No,
I think it's ridiculous.
yeah, probably shouldn't have let the intern handle that.
Yeah, I get nervous. That's nervous. That's crazy. You had a collapsed lung
That's bad.
from a dry needling incident.
That's really
Come
bad.
on, man.
Well, we hope he's okay.
Yes,
Yes, indeed.
Well, that's the NFC. That's AFC North this year.
the leaders. That's the leaders right now.
You better believe it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh, Pittsburgh.
We'll see how it ends up. I was thinking about the some of the comments made by the Blues players, and really Jamie too, in our text exchange last night following the Blues 7-2 loss to the Predators. And I thought maybe the Blues could use their own version of a former Cardinal. No, not Albert or Yachty. Tell you
Take
who that
him.
is. What?
I'd take him.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Yeah. Can they skate? Hell with it. Doesn't matter. Get them out there.
They're at the front of the net.
Yes, they would. Tell you who that player is next on 101 ESPN. 3:03, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. With Andrew Marsh, I'm Anthony Stalter, Carey, and Jamie left.
Is there a tornado outside? It looks fine.
Yeah, no, it looks.
Oh, here comes Jamie.
It looks good. All right, so Jamie's back. Oh, okay, there's Carey.
What happened? What's going on?
So the Blues lost last night, as you know.
I'm gonna leave.
You were there. No, you stay right there. Blues lose last night to the Nashville Predators. They're back in action tonight against the Blackhawks. We'll have the pregame at 6 o'clock. The puck will drop at around 7 o'clock. I was thinking about all of the comments made by like Braden Shen last night and how the Blues players are soft, and we keep hearing about effort. And I was thinking about what happened with the Cardinals in 2014, late July. I think it was the last day of July. As the story goes, John Mozeliak was kind of making his way through a Cardinals clubhouse at the time that was just really, they weren't playing up to expectations. There was just kind of a malaise over the club. And John Mozeliak looked around and he saw how comfortable the clubhouse was. So he said, okay, I'm going to fix this. He sent two likable players, two favorites within the clubhouse, in Alan Craig, who was also unfortunately damaged goods at the time because of the foot injury. Alan Craig and Joe Kelly to Boston. In return, he got John Lackey. And John Lackey was the sandpaper and grit the Cardinals did not have in the clubhouse that Mo wanted to insert into said clubhouse. And the Cardinals were able to get on a run. They made the playoffs that year, and John Lackey was a key contributor. I don't know where you find your John Lackey if you're the Blues right now, Jamie, but I do think that they need to find their version of John Lackey. Perhaps he's already inside the locker room, and it's a player that has that ability within him, that grit and that toughness with him, but he's just not performing. Carey's shaking his head no. Okay, how do you find that guy then?
That guy's not on the team now. If he was, you'd know it. Well, in my opinion,
there are.
Okay, I was trying to be nice, Carey. I was trying to
give
leave
the
it
people
out.
Stats and facts, Anthony.
As we go through this,
stats are the Blues not good right now.
Okay. As we go through this process,
wait, that's a fact.
I
can't, 2 or 3 points out of a playoff spot. Don't forget that. That's a fact.
Wow. Feels like it's 40.
Jamie.
No. As we go through this process, I don't think we can't just overlook the fact that there are a couple of guys that do bring that to the table. Like, I can't just completely disrespect Braden Shen. I mean, the guy brings it. He's been one of the only guys that brings it game after game after year. But he's no spring chicken anymore, and he's only one guy. And so the thought of what you're saying, Anthony, is good. But, like, even that, it's a group mentality. Like, you got to have more than one guy. Mm-hmm. Because then what do you have one guy doing it, and then he gets frustrated because nobody else is doing it. And then,
well, what if he gives everybody the old rooster beak first day?
You can. It might work great, or it might be a horrible experience.
Well, St. Louis, I tried.
Yeah.
It's just, it's a sinking ship right now, and can't help you.
I do want to, because I don't want to.
I just asked.
I know you agreed with me. Zero pushback. Zero pushback from Jamie. Did you see what just happened?
Yeah, I was going to say, like, I hate being that guy, and I feel like I'm often that guy, and people get mad at me because I kind of bring the realistic viewpoint of things, and people say, oh, you're only 4 points out of a playoff spot. Yeah, right there.
Carey, they're only 4 points out of a playoff spot.
Yeah, but that's kind of like the Cardinals when they were right there, and there was like 14 teams in front of them. Like, it's hard to only be 4 spots out, 4 points out, whatever. Whatever, dude. But you got that many teams in front of you. Like, the Blues have to play better in consecutive games, like more consistent. And
let's start with periods.
I do believe that it is an issue when you're constantly saying the same thing over and over and over again. My coaches would tell me, man, give me a different problem to yell at you about. Like, give me a different reason. Because if I have to keep yelling or if I have to keep speaking to you about the same thing over and over again, guess what? I'm going to stop talking to you. And when I stop talking to you, your ass is done. Like, you're done playing. I'm done talking to you. I'm done working with this project. I want to go on to something different because at least I can find someone that's going to give effort. The Blues are in a difficult situation, in my opinion, because of the no trade clause. Like, that puts you kind of in a spot where you can't make a drastic trade, in my opinion. You maybe Braden Shen, but he's your captain. Do you want to do that? I don't.
What are you getting?
Exactly. I don't know how that helps your team.
Yeah.
So if you're talking about like changing the culture or the mindset, it has to be something that is like of shock value, in my opinion. When you look in that locker room, you're like, oh, this is what losing does. This is the repercussions. You know, you got your kids. You love your kids. You tell them over and over, hey, I need you to do this. And they still don't do it. You know, Jamie, I know. You know.
Oh, I know it for sure.
They don't do it. And then finally you have to implement something that is a bit of a shock. Okay, give me that phone. You know what? Nope, your ass ain't going. No, give me the car key. You'll be sitting in the house. I don't give a damn. Can I go? Nope, you can't even get a ride nowhere.
Smash two shovels in front of them on the driveway and throw them halfway up a hill.
Yeah, that's a way.
It's a different way.
That's a different way.
There's no cookie cutter way of doing that.
Everybody has their own style, right? But something where the person finally says, oh, so if I keep doing that, this is the repercussions for that. I don't know what that is for the Blues. I mentioned it last week. You weren't here, Jamie. I said, I wouldn't even sit you in the press box. I would sit your ass on the bench and let you play 3 shifts the entire game. And I get it. We'll be down some players and guys that have to play more time on the ice. But so what? And I'd stand, if I'm Monty, I'd stand right behind your ass. So every time the camera panned to look at me, they're looking at your ass and figuring out, well, why isn't he playing? That's why. Because he ain't doing good enough. Sit your ass with the embarrassment of being in full gear, and there's nothing worse than that. Sitting in the press box or not being dressed, I'm sure
you can hide a little bit.
They don't show you.
Yeah.
But if I'm on the bench sitting there and I ain't got,
What
I don't
happens
even
is
have.
the TV broadcast, they see the minutes played, and they're like, "We're not sure if Rivers is injured. He hasn't played in a period and a half." Not injured. Coach, it's just me.
Mario Lemieux's been out there the entire time.
Mario's played 30 minutes tonight.
Get off.
Yeah, you got to do something.
I agree with all that, and maybe that's what we're getting at, because I saw last night, and I understand why the coaching staff keeps rolling out certain. You're hoping this is the moment. This is when it's going to click. This is when we can get so and so going. We'll see where it ends up, but I think Monty would have the full support of the front office as well as the fan base if he just started changing things. Never mind just shuffling the lines and that. But how about Philip Broberg be your number 1 power play defenseman? He's by far your best puck-carrying defenseman, skater, everything. Let's try it. See what it looks like. Why not? Power play's not playing very good right now anyways. Give it a shot. Don't keep rolling out the same thing. What's that definition of insanity?
Keep doing the
same thing.
Expecting a different result?
Yep.
Yeah. And then we get another text that says, and this was going back to my point earlier when you said your thing, and I wasn't trying to dismiss it. I just was like, they said, well, what about Brady Tkachuk? He'd be the only guy who could do it. So let's focus on that just for a second. Brady Tkachuk is one of the best players in the NHL. Point-wise, physical, power forward, captain, all those things. That right there. Ottawa's in second last place in Eastern Conference right now. They've made the playoffs once in his career in Ottawa. So having one player that is designed perfectly, because I think he's a pretty perfect player, doesn't necessarily equate to success. Yeah, go ahead.
What if you get 2 of those guys and they're brothers?
Do they have the same last name?
Yeah, and they're healthy.
Might help you a lot, yeah. Good luck.
Yeah. How many players would you have left on your team?
None.
They have no draft picks for a decade.
Yeah.
Can I ask why it wouldn't be a good idea to trade Braden Shen? Because last year
You're not going to get anything.
I'm not even focused on that. I'm focused more on last year. The rumors were out there about maybe trading Braden Shen, and then all of a sudden the team was like, "Oh my gosh, we can't let our captain go. We should start playing better hockey." I just don't understand. If you do trade him, to me that would be a shock to the room, because ultimately your play is so bad that you got your buddy traded.
So hang on. If we're going to do this, let's just walk down the road.
Can't do the same trick twice, Marsh.
Not just that, Anthony. Hang on. Right now,
hang on.
No, you hang on.
But also the culture, because we talk about the culture and the culture that he sets. Where is the culture right now? And I'm not blaming him by any means.
Where the hell do you think it would be without him?
No, I understand that.
So that's the risk you run. You trade that guy. Now what? The inmates are running the asylum at this point.
I understand that.
Screw that. I'd rather move on from some other guys. Like, I understand what you're saying.
Though.
But you can. You'd have to just be willing.
I got a
And
question.
they have to be willing.
And I don't.
Not all of them.
I don't know if you would know this or if this. I'm just posing this question. I've been on teams where, like, we've had internal conversations amongst each other because a certain teammate was bit of a jerk at times.
Lesser than a good human?
Yeah, like, you know, as a teammate, if I bring you, hey, Jamie, sign this for me, right? You're going to sign it. You're not going to ask, who is it for?
How much money you got?
What is it for? You're not going to ask me, how much am I paying you? Hey, can you sign this jersey? It's your jersey. Can you sign it for my nephew or my cousin or
Without
whatever?
question.
You're not even going to ask, right? You're just going to, all right, cool. But we had a teammate that was unwilling to sign anything for his peers, his teammates, his brothers. And so one of the teammates said, hey, man, you better get your bleat together because we're going to have a problem if you don't. I don't care who you think you are. And so I've seen that in a locker room.
What year was that?
06. Yeah. Not the same?
We don't care how big you are.
Times have changed.
What
And
position you play.
The player that was not signing the autographs ultimately had it in him to be a dog as far as a player is concerned.
Yeah.
He just was acting the wrong way.
Correct.
So that's important. That's an important thing, too, to remember, is that the player had it inside him to be a competitive champion.
Correct.
And you just had to make sure you smoothed out the edges a little bit because he was, a little prickly.
Yeah.
Not everybody, not the same situation always.
Well, I'm asking, and I don't know if there's, I don't know if it's, if I'm on a team, me personally, I can't speak for anybody else. If I'm on a team that my coach every night says we don't have effort, I'm going to probably grab one of those guys that I know is not giving effort and say, hey, man, if we got to hear this one more time because of your ass,
problem is,
it's going to be your ass.
It's all of them.
But problem is, go around the room, you can pick 4 guys, 5 guys a night. And I have talked about this with veteran players on the Blues team over the last 3, 4, 5 years. They say the same thing. The game has changed. You can't do it anymore. If you do that stuff, you are no longer the solution. You become the problem because you're the one causing the friction.
Is that, now you say that, and I agree with you.
I didn't make it up.
That's
The
some
friction
Charmin.
is losing.
That's some Charmin stuff right there.
We like losing?
Is that on a losing team, though? Because I look at the Florida Panthers. I highly doubt that's the case with them.
I don't know if I'm using them as the model right now. Every player they have could be on an all-star team somewhere.
No, but it's not. It's not even the skill set, though.
No,
it's,
but even
it's
like
the
their
work.
grit, their determination. Like
100%. But what you described sounds like a losing franchise.
I agree with Marshy on that. I think teams that lose have that mentality. Oh, you can't do that. No, that's because you're losing.
I totally agree with you.
That's because, and I don't want to call you a loser.
Don't get confused. What I'm saying, I'm
Yeah.
not condoning. I'm just describing.
I think losing teams do have that soft ass mentality that where you can't hold people accountable. The best team, and Jamie, you've played on some great teams with some great players. Like those teams hold each other accountable.
100%.
From the best player to the worst player.
And the players who are being held accountable don't take it personal. They play better.
Nobody gets in their feelings. Nobody, well, why are you picking on me? They know, you know why. Because you stink right now. Doesn't mean you stink every day, but you stink right now and you need to play better. And if you are unwilling to be held accountable for your actions or for your unwillingness to play harder or do the things that you're being paid to do, then you're a soft-ass person and you're never going to win. You'll never win a championship. Don't tell people, don't lie to people and tell people you think you can, you will, you want to. You don't want to. If you're not, and this goes for any level, if you as an athlete are willing to be held accountable for your play or your performance, you'll never have success. That's the bottom line.
Well, and if you want to hold your teammates accountable, you have to be willing to be held accountable too.
Correct.
Bottom line. That's why on the good teams that I played on over the years, if someone had a problem with someone's play, they felt comfortable enough to address it because they were also open to being critiqued as well when their game was off.
Okay, I'll play better, guys. Jeez.
Hey,
You don't have to do this whole segment.
You got it. You finally got it.
15 minutes. I got you.
CD wrote me a text earlier today. He says, hey, we're going to somehow try to find a way to get through to Anthony.
I get it, man. Thank you, guys. I
Marcia
appreciate
said,
it.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I appreciate it. All right. How about we talk a little Cardinals baseball since we're all in a good mood? How does Chaim Bloom rebuild the trust with the fan base outside of winning on the fields? Are you serious with this, Marsh?
What?
Just offer more bobbleheads.
More bobblehead tickle packages? Bobblehead tickle packages.
Yeah, tickle. Hey, that's Gershie's department.
That's true. Is he still around?
That's a good question.
I don't know.
Hey,
We'll figure it out next on 101 ESPN.
Now you can bet all of the game day action right from your phone. Download the Caesars Sportsbook app now and build the perfect same game parlay. Bet the game live or try our quick pick parlays that are pre-built just for you. And with every bet, you'll earn perks that only Caesars can offer. Hotel stays at over 50 iconic destinations, bonus bets in the app, dining experiences, shopping, game tickets, and more. Download the app using promo code RADIOMO. Place your first bet of $5 or more and get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Open to new users in Missouri who are 21 or older. First wager after registration must qualify and win, and bonus bets expire 30 days after receipt. See Caesars.com/promos or the promotions tab on the app for full terms. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
All right, Marsh. You threw this out there. How does Chaim Bloom rebuild the trust with the fan base outside of winning on the field? So what were you thinking from like a roster construction standpoint, or were you thinking how he spoke to the fans? What were you thinking?
Well, I think it's a little bit of everything, right? I think a lot of fans are wanting, and now we're experiencing a little bit more transparency. Obviously, Chaim Bloom is not going to go into detail about everything that the Cardinals are going to do, but I feel like his plan for what this team is ultimately going to look like, just how he communicates it, it's just different, right? And I think it's a breath of fresh air for Cardinal fans. But also, I'm interested to know what fans feel about moving away from certain players. I'm sure there's some fans out there that don't want Brendan Donovan to be traded because they really like Donnie baseball. They like the way that he plays. He's the embodiment of what I think a true Cardinal is. So they don't want to see him go. And he also makes this team better. But if you trade him and you get pieces back, maybe ultimately in the future your team becomes even better. But it's hard to see that right now. So I'm just wondering where fans are at. There's a lot of fans that don't like Ollie Marmol. They want him to be gone. So I'm just wondering ultimately how does he get the trust, the front office as a whole.
Anthony.
Jeremy.
I heard all you guys, by the way, the other day. It hurt. It hurt.
What does he have to do to gain the trust back from Cardinal fans that goes beyond just winning baseball games? Because if the team wins, obviously everyone's going to be happy.
Winning's easy.
Yeah.
I mean, I shouldn't say that. Winning's not easy, but
Winning's easy.
Winning equals winning the fans, makes it easier.
Right. I think it goes to what Jamie has often said. It's about transparency. It's also delivering what you're talking about, right? Like if you tell the media, we are going to X, Y, and Z, and then you don't do that. Fans have a long memory.
1, 2, and 3?
Yes.
Trading Nolan Arenado?
Yes. And then you don't do that, right?
But then don't tell them why you were unable to do that.
Well, I actually think it's if you're honest about it.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you're honest and why you were unable to do it.
Oh, you're saying if you are. Yeah. No, I agree with that.
Get it done. If you don't, then all right, this is why we were unable to get it done.
Nolan Arenado blocked the deal.
You basically said go blank yourself.
Yeah, the player blocked the deal. So now we need to rehab the relationship, and I'm confident we'll do that. I think more transparency and just being upfront with what you're doing would go a long way with the fan base. Not beating around the bush. They're so sick and tired of the, and if you just look at this pie chart here, and you'll see, like they're done with all that. Just go straight forward. This is what we're doing. This is how we're doing it. This is why we did it. Obviously, you can't be transparent about every single move, but I think that would go a long way.
I agree. And there is a quote from Chaim Bloom, one of his interviews. Jeff Jones has it on X, Twitter here. It says, fans are smart, and the worst thing we could do would be to be unclear with them about what we're trying to do. Trying to deceive people, that's just not going to help. So I think, and I said this a year ago when this whole plan kind of got announced or, I guess, told to the general public, that the best thing Chaim Bloom could do is be everything John Mozeliak wasn't. Mm-hmm. Because people, to your point, Anthony, get tired of the having to figure out the secret code in what he was saying. And then once you figure out the secret code, is the secret code real or is it a fake one? Like, we're just not sure what the Cardinals are actually trying to do. Saying one thing, doing another, like it was weird.
Yeah.
Chaim Bloom, he's been pretty honest. Here's what we're trying to do. We're going to ultimately we want to stay competitive while we do it, but don't mistake it here. Our goal is the future, is 2-3 years down. That's where we're focused. But in the meantime, we're still going to try and win baseball games. He's telling the fans as much as he can, right up to the line, without telling them everything.
Yeah,
and I think it makes a difference. I don't see why most presidents of any sport aren't more forthcoming with what the plan is, especially if your team is not good. If your team is good, you'd be a little more coy, you'd be a little more deceptive because you want to keep that competitive advantage.
Yeah.
But if your team is a /rebuild, retool, whatever the heck you want it to be called, then just be honest as much as you can, because everybody already knows it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like the Phillies don't know the Cardinals are in a rebuild. It's not like,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people texting in right now. It seems to be, the theme of these text messages are player development, something that the Cardinals have lacked over the last few years.
You don't say.
So I think if he hits on that, I don't know if people will necessarily be clamoring for, well, go get that big spender. Because if these guys end up developing and they're on cheap contracts and they're winning games, and we see that happen, I think everyone's going to be happy.
Yeah, and I think consistency is good too. Not necessarily predictability, but consistency. And I think that would undergird that philosophy will, kind of provide a basis for how the fans view Bloom in this tenure.
Just be honest. I agree. And eventually the wins will come. And I'll go ahead.
Sorry.
No, I was going to say to your point about fans being you're when you're in. I said this all the time. When you're in a position of leadership, you can't and will not please everyone. Mm-hmm. You have to do what you feel is best for the team as a whole.
Jamie,
I'll take it.
Yep.
I
well, you went after me last time.
You went after me, so I had to get back at him.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I didn't even say anybody because I love all of you.
I didn't say anybody last time, Marsh. A lot of love on this side. I don't know about that side.
Wow. He didn't get the memo earlier. We tried
calling people out.
He didn't do it. He's right back to what he did earlier.
I heard you.
Right back to it, Jamie. Didn't even matter.
No,
we spent 15 minutes talking. Went right back to it. This guy. But no, Brendan Donovan is if he can get you a lump sum in return, then you got to do it. Mm-hmm. You got to do what's best for the future of this organization. The best years of Brendan Donovan are probably going to be in the next 2 to 3 years. Right now, this year, last year, this past season, this upcoming season, and the next season. And your team is not ready to capitalize off of that, in my opinion. Other teams are, and other teams are willing to pay. You gotta do what's best for the team, for the organization.
Yeah. Like trading everybody.
Possibly.
At least 4.5 people.
At least 4.5.
I got 3.
Jamie, if it was 4, over under 4 Cardinals players traded this offseason. Now, 1 has already been dealt. Sonny Gray. So you're at 1. Would you take the over or the under?
Under.
Okay.
My man. We set it at 4. If it's 4, we have a push.
I mean, you got to hope that Arenado just accepts his trade wherever. That's a wild card.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like they don't trust Chaim Bloom to do his job.
And then Nootbaar's injured, so there goes one of your chips.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they'll still trade him.
You got, well...
If you're a good salesman.
Mm-hmm. You're good at your job.
You better sell the hell out of that then.
Yeah. You see this guy?
You see this player? I know he's in a wheelchair right now, but one day he's going to be up and running
see his
again.
Metrics, huh?
There's a good salesman here already in the state.
Don't worry about that. We put new heels on that guy.
Yeah, that'll be good. Be good to go.
Titanium heels.
Yep. All right. Let's do an audit of the NFC right now. We'll go throughout the conference, talk about strengths and weaknesses of teams, whether or not there's going to be a big surprise within the conference, maybe some floor and ceilings for players. We'll get to that next on 101 ESPN.
Hey, Missouri, if you haven't heard by now, FanDuel Sportsbook is live in the Show Me State, and they're kicking things off with an offer that's tough to beat. Right now, new customers get $5, and new customers can bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets, win or lose. Whether it's football, basketball, hockey, or more, you can bet it all on an app that's safe, secure, and super easy to use. A lot of games this weekend. Browns versus Bears. Myles Garrett is chasing that sack record. Maybe you want to take him for a couple of sacks. Maybe you want to take the Ravens on the money line. And the Chiefs have been struggling. They might be able to beat the Chargers. They are the underdog. Maybe you want to take them on the spread. Whatever you want to do, you can. So download FanDuel today or head to FanDuel.com/Missouri to join the excitement, because Missouri, it's time to play your game with FanDuel. 21 plus and present in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. First online real money wager. Only $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Blues lost to the Nashville Predators last night by a final score of 7-2. They're back in action tonight, taking on the Chicago Blackhawks. Pregame starts at 6 o'clock right here on 101 ESPN. Puck drop is at 7. If you have missed anything from today's show, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page. You'll find all of our shows there, and it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. This Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
All right, following the Bucs loss last night to the Falcons, let's do an audit of the NFC right now. When you guys look at this conference, what do you think the strengths are? Teams, offenses, defenses, coaching. When you kind of break things down, where do you think the strengths are?
It depends, obviously, what teams you're looking at. For me, the Rams and Seahawks got to be their offense. Potent scoring from those two teams in the NFC West. The Lions have a bit of a down year, but ordinarily they're an offensive group. Packers obviously focus on defense there, I think.
What offense do you trust the most in the NFC?
The
Rams.
I guess it'd be the
by and
Rams
far.
right now, yeah.
And the Seahawks defensively?
I think I trust the Rams most, period. Like,
Okay.
I'm looking at this conference. The Eagles, I don't know what the hell they're doing. I think they have all of the talent and the capability, but it's not what you're capable of, Anthony. It's
what you're willing to do.
There you go. And they ain't been willing to not turn the ball over as of late. The Carolina Panthers, we don't, whatever, dude. The Green Bay Packers, that's our new thing. Yeah. When you just don't want to do, whatever,
dude.
Whatever, man.
We were battling back and forth the other day on something. We kept going back and forth, and Carey made his last point. I go, whatever, dude. Just moved on.
All right. Noted.
Yep.
So the Green Bay Packers, I feel like I want to trust them. I don't think they are playoff battle tested yet. Like the deeper run battle tested like the Rams are. They have players on their team that are Super Bowl champions. So for me, in my opinion, when I'm looking at this NFC landscape, it is the Los Angeles Rams against the field. That's how I feel about it. I think they are far and away the best team, even though they had that terrible loss to the Carolina Panthers a couple of weeks ago. I just don't trust the other teams nearly as much as I do the Los Angeles Rams.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think overall it's the Rams. I think offensively it's the Rams. Defensively, I think it's the Seahawks. And then when you get to coaching, I think this is where you can kind of parts and parcel some things out here. Sean McVay, I trust. Mike McDonald, I trust. Kyle Shanahan, I trust. I think Matt LaFleur is one of the more underrated coaches in the league. And I do trust Ben Johnson, too. To this point, how can you not? Either as a coordinator with the Lions or a head coach with the Bears. The Bears are 9-4 right now. So I think that's as far I'm willing to go as far as the coaching goes.
No Dan Campbell on that one?
I do trust him to play to his identity.
That's a polite way of saying he's going to go for it on 4th and 8 on his own 30.
And fast lane it up.
Yeah. And there's no need to.
Like, I trust Dan Campbell.
That's what he's saying.
He's not wrong. I trust Dan.
Whatever, dude.
It's my thing. Now it's being used against me. I think Dan Campbell I trust Dan Campbell will have his Lions playing hard in every single game. I also trust him to fast lane something up at some point.
That's about right.
Game on the line. Yeah. What do you think the biggest? Who do you think the biggest surprise will be in the conference? Like if you're gonna circle one surprise,
like already, or
that could make a run.
Season is over.
No. I'm talking about. You talking about regular season? Yeah, like regular season into the playoffs.
That could surprise you and make a run.
Yep.
I don't know if there's any surprises.
And what's the cutoff? Is it the Cowboys? Is that the cutoff?
No,
I'm not going that far.
I'm not going there.
What about the 49ers?
That's a team that I could
get on board with that.
Because injury-wise, if everything kind of falls back into place, they have beaten the 49ers. I mean, they have beaten the Rams one time this year. Like, I could see that some way, somehow, despite all the injuries that they've had this year, maybe being the one team that could do something.
All right,
And if the playoffs started today, they take on an Eagles team that has been struggling.
Yes, sir. All right, hey, let's do this with the conference. Floor and ceiling. Floor and ceiling, 4 teams. Rams, ceiling's got to be the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
What's the floor?
For the Rams?
Yeah.
Losing the first playoff game?
Nah, the floor is
I think the floor,
conference championship.
Yeah, I think the floor
They
is
should be in the conference championship.
Losing in the conference championship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Green Bay. I think the ceiling is
Conference championship.
Super Bowl.
I think it's a Super Bowl appearance.
So no matter what, you're not going to take. Remember, the AFC isn't as dominant.
That's true.
I think their ceiling is winning a Super Bowl.
I don't feel
something
that for
about
the
Jordan
Packers.
Love.
Yeah.
I don't trust him.
I say NFC championship game is their ceiling.
Okay. Their floor?
I hate to say it, but it could be like wild card.
They would play.
They play the Bears.
They would play the Bears.
Yeah.
They're
Divisional
very
game.
Unpredictable.
It's tough to beat a team twice.
It is.
Not long.
They play 3 times.
3 times. You didn't play a team 3 times, Anthony.
Definitely hard to beat a team 3 times.
You know? Who does that?
Steelers.
Yeah, you know they do.
I would say the floor for the Packers would be. I'm going to give them credit. I think it's still the divisional round. Eagles. Ceiling.
The Super Bowl
I
is
think you
still a
have to
ceiling
say
for me.
Super Bowl, yeah. Because of their success over the last couple of years.
I think it's conference championship. I do not see them winning enough games to get back to the Super Bowl. And I think their floor is a first-round exit.
I think their floor is a divisional round. I think I believe they'll
Against
win.
the Seahawks. They play the Seahawks.
Give me them Hawks.
No, they would play the,
I'm sorry,
they
the
play
49ers.
the 49ers
I
right
just
now.
said that.
Give me
Yeah.
them Niners.
In Philly? No
Sure.
way. No way.
Whatever, dude. Carolina, I think we can all agree. Their ceiling is probably the wild card rounds.
Yeah.
Floors
appearance,
and their
of course.
floors, the wild card rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I would agree with that.
Seattle. This one's interesting.
Did you say the
Divisional.
Panthers' floor is wild card
Both.
round? I'd say their floor is missing the playoffs. Second place in the
I
South.
think they're in the
take it
playoffs.
easy, man.
You might be right.
Jeez.
I didn't think you had to yell
Somehow,
out.
Yeah.
somehow the
Boy,
Bucks
that
could
was
find a way
vicious.
to
It's a
win.
lot.
I'm sorry,
And
Anthony.
Carolina be out.
There we go.
Seattle's ceiling for me. Division.
You don't like the Seahawks at all.
I
You
don't dislike them.
You don't like good defenses.
I love
You
good
don't like
defense.
multiple
He
running
doesn't
backs.
like old Roblox head.
You don't
That's
like
the
an
problem.
unstoppable, wreckable force at wide receiver. You do not like it. You don't like good coaching.
He doesn't like a
Marshy,
quarterback with a lot to prove.
How was Sam
He doesn't.
Darnold
You're right.
in that playoff last year?
Yeah, that you feel that way. He wasn't.
There it is.
He wasn't good, Carey.
He'd pay it off.
He
I
wasn't
believed
good.
him.
I watched the whole thing. I sat there on my couch with a
But that,
mad
that might have been a
face.
Kevin O'Connell problem.
You're
He
onto
can't-
something, Jamie. You're onto something.
He can't beat
Took
the
him
Rams.
13 weeks to simplify the playbook, and they won. No, he can't beat the Rams.
He can't beat the Rams.
No,
But
him
he can
in a
beat-
big
He can
game.
beat Carolina.
Him in a big game. He pees down his leg.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
He wasn't good against the
just thought it
Vikings.
was
I consider
raining.
that a big game. The rest of the team won that game. He wasn't good.
No, you're right. You're right. Take it easy.
Wow.
Just saying.
Man.
You guys are getting me
He's
fired
vicious.
up right now.
All right, San Francisco. Ceiling and floor.
NFC Championship game.
Wow.
Wow.
I
Carey's
think
just
they're-
handing it's the season, right? Tis the season,
Tis
eh,
the
Carey?
season.
It helps when you have
This is
Christian
the season to be
McCaffrey.
married.
You get a
It-
championship.
it-
You get a championship.
It helps when you are probably getting some of your better players back. I think Fred Warner is, if I'm not mistaken, close to return. I don't think he's out. He wasn't put
I
on
thought
IR.
he was out for the season.
thought
I don't think he was put on
done.
IR.
What?
I don't think he was.
Hang on.
What did he broke something.
Yeah. His leg.
You break in 6 weeks, Jamie. What the hell is wrong with you? How long do you think it take for a bone to heal?
6 weeks.
Depends which bone it is.
Unless you're Daniel Jones.
Daniel
and they make you
Jones,
play.
You just play through it until you blow out your Achilles.
You get an update on that security guy?
No, I still haven't got. I
Carey.
looked yesterday.
Carey
I was
looked
searching,
him up.
man.
What guy? What happened?
Wow.
It's a whole story. We'll
Michael
tell
Pittman
you.
Jr.
Let's see.
Fred Warner teases a possible playoff return. Never say never. So he ain't coming back anytime soon, Carey.
That's 3 weeks from now. 49ers. Yeah, man. Come on, man. Have you
Lynch.
seen that guy? He fractured an ankle. Come on.
I'm gonna say divisional is the divisional round is the ceiling for the Niners. I think the floor is they still will make the playoffs.
Oh, wow.
The 49ers?
Yeah, they're 9-4. They're 9-4. The Bears are 9-4. The Lions are right there at 8-5. Although they do have the Titans, Colts, Bears, and Seahawks.
The Niners are fine.
Yeah,
They're fine.
they should make the playoffs, but I still think the floor would be them missing. All right, Bears. Duh, Bears.
Wild card.
I think the ceiling is division. I think the floor is they miss the playoffs.
I think
Yeah.
the floor is missing the playoffs for sure.
Yeah.
Just because this conference is stacked.
I like the Bears, though.
Their
But
division is stacked.
I think
Apart
that
from one team. Sorry, Marshy.
running the football is.
That team's still alive.
No, we heard
Are they?
Jamie, if you'd heard all the scenarios required.
Oh, is he back on?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's feeling it.
One of them,
Oh, yeah.
one of them hit last night.
Oh, my
Just
gosh.
saying, Bucks needed to lose last night. They did.
Oh, my God.
Hey,
So you're saying there's a chance.
There is.
hey,
So cute.
you're welcome.
Thanks, Anthony.
Right.
You're welcome, Panthers.
Hey, Jamie.
And Vikings.
Did you know Ryan Helsley signed last week?
Who
2
did?
weeks ago? Ryan Helsley.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, we found that out yesterday.
I missed it, Jamie. Flat out missed it. I flat out missed it.
It was hilarious.
Until I heard the deal. I'm like, oh, that's why I
yeah.
missed it.
Yeah.
All right. All right, moving on. Let's do this for the AFC next on 101 ESPN.
Circus Sports is live in the state of Missouri, and how lucky we are to have that here. Derek Stevens, owner of Circus Sports. We had him right here in the fast lane. You were talking about just the app and the casino and odds and just how much they love their great customers. So the new app, by the way, is located in the App Store or Google Play Store. Get in there, just punch in Circus Sports. It's a white logo. Click on that, and you get to start betting like a pro immediately. It's like having your own bookie right there in the palm of your hand. The world's largest sports book has great lines on futures bets, tight money lines, splits, bigger payouts, high betting limits. And one thing that Circus Sports doesn't do, they don't punish you if you start winning. They don't limit you. They don't cut you off. They don't set limits. None of that stuff happens. They actually celebrate your winning, and they love to see people have fun while playing and winning using their Circus Sports app. So please don't miss out on any of the action. Download that white logo Circus Sports app today and join in on all the excitement. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
So we just did this with the NFC. Now we'll do it with the AFC. Let's start off with the floor and ceiling of teams. We'll start off with Marsh's favorite team, the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos. What do you think their ceiling is? What do you guys think their floor is? 11-2 overall. 7-2 in conference.
People are going to be bothered by this. Some Bronco fans are going to be disappointed by my statement. Divisional round is your ceiling.
Wow. Who would they play right now?
Wild card is your...
They're going to buy.
Right now.
Right now.
Yeah, I guess they would. Never mind.
Divisional round is your ceiling. And wild card is your floor.
Then they would play...
They'd either play Houston... Well, let's just say Buffalo. They take on Jacksonville if the season ended today. I'm going to say that the Buffalo Bills would win that game.
Buffalo would be playing New England if it ended today. Is that right?
No, Houston.
No,
Houston would. Maybe New England. Let's say New England wins. That means if Buffalo wins, then Denver would get Buffalo.
Divisional round.
Yeah, I'm not sold either. I think they've overachieved. The record's great. I'm also not sold on the Patriots. Like, both of them are sitting at 11-2, and I love the Patriots. I love the story. I love both of everything that's happened. I just don't know if I believe it. That's my problem. So I'm with Carey on this one.
We're going to have... Wow. Unless Aaron makes a run here, we're going to have a new quarterback. A quarterback making his first appearance in the Super Bowl in the AFC. Unless Mahomes and the Chiefs save their season, we're going to have a new AFC representative.
Be tough.
That's pretty cool.
A quarterback making his first.
I mean, unless Aaron is the one to do it.
Yeah. We'll get to the Steelers. We'll get to the Steelers.
Whatever, dude.
Patriots. I still think a Super Bowl appearance is their ceiling. I think Denver is probably a conference. Their ceiling's the conference finals. I think their floor is just going to be the divisional round.
Oh.
New England, I would say,
same.
Probably the same actually. But who else is going to make the Super Bowl of that conference? Don't forget, these are the top two teams in the AFC.
Hey, Phillip Rivers, man, don't count those Colts out. There goes Carey hating old people again.
This is completely open.
It really is. This is, and it's a shame that the Buffalo Bills are 6th in the division right now, because this is lined up perfectly for them to have a home field advantage throughout the playoffs and make it to the damn Super Bowl. All these years you've been waiting for the Buffalo Bills to have that great season, and you're second in your division right now. Mm-hmm. Now you got the Patriots this weekend. You can kind of inchworm your way back up, but
yeah,
this is it is set up for the Buffalo Bills, who have, if you're looking at these playoff teams right now, they have the best quarterback of all of those teams. Now, they might have the worst defense of all of those teams that are listed. Like, they might be the worst defense on there. Broncos are good. Patriots, Jaguars are really good defense. Steelers, not great.
Not great.
But, I mean, it ain't Buffalo.
No.
Would you say, we talked about the strengths of the NFC. Would you say, if you had to pick one or the other, that the strengths of the NFC are the offenses, while the strengths of the AFC are the defenses?
That's fair.
I think.
Or are there a few NFC teams that have really good defenses and then it's swayed the other way?
Seattle has an excellent defense. Well, Green Bay's defense is very good, too. Yeah. So is Philadelphia. And Seattle, of course. San Francisco, despite all their injuries, are playing well. So, yeah, no, Marsh, I wouldn't say that. I take it back.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. No. I looked at it.
That's quick.
I looked at it. Pittsburgh Steelers, I think their floor is missing the playoffs. I think their ceiling
is a wild card.
Is missing the
playoffs.
Oh.
Here we go.
No. I'm just kidding.
No, he's not.
I am. I'm just kidding. I think their floor is missing the playoffs. I think their ceiling is the wild card round.
That's what I was going to say. Carey, just be honest with yourself.
Right now, if they were...
If he says Super Bowl, I'm out.
Whatever, dude. Right now, if they were in the playoffs, they would be what? Who would they be playing?
They'd be playing the Chargers.
I don't hate the matchup, though. That's not a bad one.
Give me the Steelers in that one, which means that they would make it past the divisional round. I mean, past the the wild card round into the divisional round. So, yeah, give me those Steelers. Divisional.
Floor?
Missing the playoffs. Hell, they could potentially. I mean, they
I
are.
don't have to get mad. I just
No,
asked.
they are, fighting tooth and nail with the damn Baltimore Ravens week in and week out.
Yeah.
Which I don't know
That could
how
still
we're here.
flip-flop again.
I don't know how we're here, but
The Ravens are on the brink of making the playoffs with a 479 or no 462 winning percentage.
Are there 7 teams that you actually want to see in this AFC playoff game? This playoff picture? Like, I want to see Houston because Houston's defense
I'd
is
love
incredible.
to see the Bengals. That won't happen. I like Houston.
The Bills are like Allen. I want to see Lamar in.
I do too.
I want to see Lamar in.
I want to see Phillip Rivers in.
Do you want to see Lamar in because of what he's done, or do you because I look at the Ravens this year and I'm like, I don't know. Like, this isn't the Lamar Jackson-led Ravens that I'm accustomed to seeing. I don't know if I want to watch that.
I think it's coming.
You do think because of the last drive?
That fourth quarter, the fourth quarter, I thought this was...
It ain't coming this week.
Against Cincinnati? Oh, yeah, it is.
What do you think is going to be a 45-40 game?
I don't think Cincinnati could stop Eastern Michigan.
Carey, do you not
Cincinnati
know
can't
the
stop
rules of sports?
Anyone, and Baltimore can't either.
Baltimore's got a better defense than Cincinnati.
What was the score when they played a couple weeks ago?
Lamar wasn't back yet.
He was.
No, that was fake Lamar.
He was on the field.
The real Lamar showed up in the fourth quarter last week.
What did we establish yesterday that was reaffirmed last night? It's hard to beat a team twice.
It's just not true.
Tell him, Marsh.
Just not true.
What happened last night?
Texas Tech beat the hell out of BYU 2 times this year.
Quarterback's number 47. They don't count.
Exactly.
You can't be number 47 and be taken seriously.
He's right. Come on, man.
That's a punter's number.
When was the last time a team with a quarterback at number 47 won 2 times in a row against the same opponent?
Come on, man. You guys are funny.
Do you have the Bengals this weekend?
I do. I told you that.
Who'd you guys take?
The Ravens.
I took the Bengals.
Who you said the Bengals?
I can't believe you do that to your Ravens, by the way.
They ain't my. Okay. All right. All right. You're right.
Yeah.
You did it. We had a truce. Him and I had an agreement.
Oh, you had to know at some point he was going to just turn on you.
He sure did.
That's what he does.
Yep. That's who he is.
Did we have an agreement?
We definitely did.
Carey had
Did you
an
break it at all?
No.
Yeah, he did.
But you just did. Damn. Yeah.
Wait, what was the agreement?
He wouldn't do the shark thing. I wouldn't do the Raven thing.
Anthony, your Sharks are playing good hockey.
They are playing really well, man.
Yep. That bubble's about to burst.
Yeah. Don't tell Anthony.
I don't know.
Are they playing on his
You seen
birthday
some of
again?
those?
They schedule a
that
game
would be
every year
funny.
on purpose. On
Versus
his
the
birthday.
Blues?
That would be funny.
They do
if
that for
it's-
their biggest fans.
Who do the Blues play on March 30th this year?
The Blues? I don't know.
Oh, my God.
Do they play? No, they don't.
Stop.
No way.
Shut your face.
Who do they play?
Monday, March 30th, my birthday, at San Jose.
Yes.
Wow.
No.
His favorite team.
That's
He
unbelievable.
loves those guys, man.
How does that happen?
It's like the 3rd year in a row. It's all for you, man.
That's incredible.
We'll get you a Sharks jersey. We're going to put it on.
It really is.
At this point, I'll take it.
It really is.
That's unbelievable.
Oh, man, Anthony. You're so lucky.
We're going to take a trip.
Are you going to San Jose for that one?
We might. We'll think about it. Yeah.
do it.
Talk to Tommy. We'll expense it for you.
Absolutely. Gauntlet
Let the
next.
video team follow you around with your foam finger.
Just me marching in. Here we go. Sharkies. Here we go. All right. Gauntlet next on 101 ESPN.
4 categories, 1 challenger. Can you survive the gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit BlueNoteRoofingSTL.com for a free inspection.
406, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter, and welcome back, Dave, for round 3 of the Gauntlet. What's up, Dave?
Not much, gentlemen. How about you?
How you sleeping these days? Like a baby?
I'm doing well. I just pulled into my driveway and hopefully going to enjoy a nice cold beverage after this victory.
Whoa.
All right, Dave, talk it. I like
Man.
it. Wow, Dave. How you feel?
Nice.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry?
I said, that's how you feel. Talk about it. I like it.
Well, it's Friday, so you're going to enjoy a cold beverage no matter what, I would believe.
There you go.
Several, Dave, to be honest, if I'm just lay it out there.
All right, Dave. Jamie Rivers, Andrew Marsh. Those are your last 2 victims. Who would you like to go with?
Let's go with Jamie.
I told you.
Jamie Rivers.
All right, Dave. Whatever, dude.
Sorry, man.
Good luck, man.
All right, good luck, Jamie.
Thank you.
All right, Jamie's going to head into the cone of silence. Dave, you're going to tell Andrew Marsh to spin that wheel.
All right, spin that wheel, please.
All right, here we go. Category you hoping for?
Hockey or baseball. Anything but random.
Anything but random. You killed it random yesterday.
Yeah, it was all luck.
And we'll see if you get any luck today. It's random.
Is it random?
Yep.
Okay, well, 4 random questions, Dave, as you know. Each one is worth 2 points unless you ask for the options. If you ask for the options, those questions will be worth 1 point. Thank you, Marsh. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Here we go. What is the largest monkey on Earth? This shy and reclusive primate lives only in the rainforest of Africa.
Let's go with the option.
The mandrill, the yellow baboon, or the proboscis monkey?
Bosisis?
Proboscis monkey?
What was that first one?
The mandrill.
Let's go with that. Final answer.
Question number 2. Name the film that racked up a leading 9 Golden Globe nominations last Monday.
Option.
Is it Sinners, Frankenstein, or One Battle After Another?
Frankenstein. Final answer.
Question number 3. Almost 140 years ago, the world's first official rodeo took place in Prescott. In which of the American Southwest states will you find Prescott?
Options.
Is it New Mexico, Arizona, or Nevada?
Arizona.
Final answer?
No. Hang on. What was the options again? I'm sorry.
New Mexico, Arizona, Nevada.
I said Arizona. Let's go with Arizona. Final answer.
All right, Dave. Last question. On March 5th, 1946, Winston Churchill delivered his famous Iron Curtain speech in the state of Missouri. Identify the college that Churchill visited on that occasion.
Options, please.
Westminster College, the University of Missouri Columbia, or the University of Central Missouri.
Let's go with option 2.
That would be
Final
the
answer.
University of Missouri Columbia.
Missouri. Yep.
All right. Let's bring back Jamie from the Cone of Silence right now. What are you laughing at there, Marshy?
I was waving to get Jamie to come back in, and Ryder and Jordan and Jamie were all just waving back at me.
Oh, that's nice.
We're having a, let's just say Jordan's an interesting human being.
Okay.
We love Jordan. She's the best, but
JD.
interesting food choices.
Really?
Yeah. Almost every food I name, she won't eat.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She's got the palate of a 5-year-old.
Got it.
Yeah. So learn something new every day.
So no chicken, no
She had
steak.
chicken, but it can't be on a bun. Let's see what else do we have here.
No chicken sandwiches.
The texture, like a banana. No. Let's see what else. We had. She won't have a
Steak,
cheeseburger.
burgers.
She'll eat a steak, but not a cheeseburger.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was quite a lot, actually. I was trying to write it all down, just in case I ever want to buy her lunch one day.
Yeah.
Get it wrong, apparently.
Right, no kidding.
Okay.
All right, Jamie, your category today is random.
Oh, I love random, Carey.
Pack a lunch.
Oh, really? Okay. Okay.
All right, Jamie, question 1.
Yep.
What is the largest monkey on Earth? This shy and reclusive primate lives only in the rainforests of Africa.
So, monkey or gorilla? Like, what are we doing here? Primate? Like,
It says this shy and reclusive
says
primate.
monkey? Primate.
Well, it says what is the largest monkey on Earth? This shy and reclusive primate.
So they're really convoluting it.
Sure.
Because, like, the first thing I think of is like a silverback gorilla. That's pretty big. But is it a monkey or is it a gorilla? I know it's a primate because it's in the primate house at the zoo.
This is what you do. You just reread the question. That's all you can do. That's it.
Why is why?
Them's the rules. I don't make them. It's in the bylaws.
I don't like the way you just
They got adapted while you
All
were
right, give me
gone.
the damn options then. I'll figure this
Sure.
out.
The mandrill, the yellow baboon, or the proboscis monkey.
The mandrill. Final answer.
Question number 2. Name the film that racked up a leading 9 Golden Globe nominations last Monday.
Yeah, options, please.
Is it Sinners, Frankenstein, or One Battle After Another?
One battle after another, please. Final answer.
Question number 3. Almost 140 years ago, the world's first official rodeo took place in Prescott. In which of the American Southwest states will you find Prescott?
Options, please.
Options are New Mexico, Arizona, Nevada.
Oh, they're all lumped in together there, aren't they, Anthony?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Prescott, New
Southwest.
Mexico. Prescott, Nevada. Prescott, Arizona. I feel like Prescott, New Mexico makes no sense at all. I'll go with that. Final answer.
New Mexico.
Yeah, Anthony.
Just clarifying, Jamie.
Whatever, dude.
You're not mad at me.
Mad at my dad.
On March 5th, 1946, Winston Churchill delivered his famous Iron Curtain speech in the state of Missouri. Identify the college that Churchill visited on that occasion.
Options, please.
Westminster College, University of Missouri Columbia, or University of Central Missouri.
Wow. What are the options again?
Westminster College,
Yeah.
University of Missouri Columbia, or University of Central Missouri.
Don't think it was Central Missouri. I feel like I remember that. Columbia? Westminster? This makes no sense at all, but I'm just going to go with Westminster. And it's only because there's a high school here named Westminster. I feel like maybe there's a reason they have a high school here named Westminster, because maybe something cool happened at the college. This is where I got I don't know. All of that could be ridiculously dumb, too. Final answer.
Westminster?
Yeah. Your sister did what?
My sister-in-law works for Westminster High School. Shout out Karen. Dr. Karen.
Another Karen.
Yes.
The Karens are smart.
They certainly are.
The Karens we know.
Not that Karen. Yeah, that. Yes, my sister-in-law Karen's very smart. The Karen that you used to do all your
Extremely
homework, also very smart. All right, let's see how Jamie and Dave did today. Round 3. Round 3 of the Gauntlet. What is the largest monkey on Earth? This shy and reclusive primate lives only in the rainforests of Africa. You've all said the mandrill. Correct answer is
the mandrill.
That's right. We got a 1-1 tie. Both of you needed the options, believe it or not. Yeah.
He's right up my guy
Kind
Dave.
of a theme today.
Oh, boy.
Name the film that racked up a leading 9. Niner. Golden Globe nominations last Monday. Dave said Frankenstein.
Oh, Dave.
Jamie said One Battle After Another.
Sinners was pretty good, too, though.
Correct answer is
One Battle After Another.
Jamie up 2-1 on Dave the Rave. Almost 140 years ago, the world's first official rodeo took place in Prescott. In which of the American Southwest states will you find Prescott? Jamie went with New Mexico because it didn't sound right.
Doesn't sound right.
Dave went with Arizona.
He's probably right.
Correct answer is
Arizona.
Dave needed the options, though, so we're all tied up. We got a deuce tie going into this last question. On March 5th, 1946, Winston Churchill delivered his famous Iron Curtain speech right here in the state of Missouri. Identify the college that Churchill visited on that occasion. Jamie went with Westminster College because there's a Westminster High School here and some smart
There's
people
gotta be
over
a reason
there.
to have a high school here named that.
I mean, you got to do some thing. Yeah, somehow he wound up with Westminster College.
Canada. I'm doing the best I can here.
Dave went with the University of Missouri Columbia.
I feel like Dave knows this, damn it.
If it's the University of Missouri Columbia, Dave wins, and he advances to take on Marsh on Monday in the Gauntlet Championship. If it's Westminster College, well, Dave's reign of terror ends today. It's the University of Central Missouri, the other CMU.
It would be UCM.
UCM.
Whatever, dude. Then we've got ourselves a walk-off.
Oh, man.
Dave.
Good luck, Jen.
You have chosen poorly.
You lose.
Go Westminster!
It was Westminster College. He got you on that question,
Nice.
Dave. I'm so sorry, man.
No worries. My neighbor was waving me down and sent me a text laughing, saying it was Westminster. So
You tell your neighbor to quit cheating.
Seriously.
It was too late.
yeah, at least it shows I didn't cheat. So.
True.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
in Interstellar when he's behind the wall. No!
Dave,
When
good
I'm
luck.
enjoying my cold beverage here soon. He won't be doing
Yeah,
it.
hey,
you go,
it'll
buddy.
still
Enjoy the
taste
heck out of
good.
that.
It'll still taste good, no doubt. All right, Dave, we appreciate your time, man. Thank you, and thanks for playing.
All right. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Thank you.
Good job, Dave.
Nice job.
Play Dave.
Nice job, Dave. Nice job, Jamie.
Good job, Jamie.
Way to go, man.
By the
Pull that
way,
one out.
with how the schedule works out for the rest of the year, Gauntlet playoffs start next week. We will have 3 contestants.
Oh, man.
Only 2 winners this year in the Gauntlet for the listeners. And then we'll have Nathan, who won the playoff last year. Will come back.
Oh, so we got a
Well, 3.
defending champ, a two-time defending champ, basically. By the way, though, the movie that you're just talking about, I love when they pair that with like the memes of like somebody watching like them become a Bears fan, or in my case, it would be a Falcon fan. No, don't watch Dion. Don't do it. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. We're going to do Bet the Board next here on 101 ESPN. right, time to bet the board here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Marsh, after last night's standings, I think we got a tie, right?
Yes, we do. Yeah, you and Jamie are all knotted up at 6. Unfortunately for you, Anthony Baker Mayfield did not rush for over 19 and a half yards.
Hey, he got close, though.
No, I don't think he did.
No, he only had 1. What a bum. What an absolute bum. That's a tough night for him, huh?
Yeah, not a good night. Not a great night.
He stunk.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
It happens, though.
How'd he do?
Finished dead last.
Yeah, nice night. All right, so what is it? Jamie, then me, then Carey, then you, Marsh?
No, so Anthony, you still get to go first because you were in first place. Jamie just tied you, so we'll go Jamie, second. Anthony, you're first. I said that backwards.
Confused the hell
Then
out of me.
Carey. Carey, you have 5 points, and I have 4.
All right, even though Carey doesn't believe in him, I know what I saw last week, and I saw Lamar Jackson.
Oh, wow.
Reemerge as Lamar Jackson. Give me the Baltimore Ravens minus 142 on that money line. Please and thank you.
Blackhawks, Blues. I feel like there's going to be some goals scored tonight.
Really?
I'm going to go in the over in the first period. Over 1.5 minus 130.
Give me, I just lost it. Give me Jahmyr Gibbs over, where is it at? 34, 35, 36? I'll find it. First half rushing yards. Give me a second.
Oh, boy, here we go.
Whatever. Whatever, dude. Over 34 and a half rushing yards in the first half.
All right. You like those first half plays, don't you?
Yeah, it's a good, man, you know. Still figuring out the game. You still got a chance if you're in the game, you know. Second half, if you're down, you're not going to run it as much. I don't know how the game goes.
Very true. Game script, they call it.
Give me the Seattle Seahawks alternate spread minus 11.5 over the Indianapolis Colts at minus 146.
11 and a half?
11.5.
Alt line.
Here we go. The alternate spread again. Just make it up.
I used it with the Bills last weekend.
Yeah.
How'd it work?
It saved me.
Just make it up, eh, guys? Whatever.
No, we're not making it up.
Yeah, you do. It's all you just make it your own and you just say whatever. It's like fraudulent.
He's got a point.
Look, Jamie, not all of us have a handle on how the Troy Trojans are doing in college football and college basketball.
That was the Little Rock Trojans.
Oh, yeah.
Trojans nonetheless, though. He loves those guys.
Not so much.
Yeah, you said it.
Nah.
You chose them multiple times, Jamie.
I've honestly, Carey, I can tell you this. Very seldom have I chosen Trojans. Still believe in their offense.
Wow.
Defense is sound, but the offense not so great.
Yeah. They did struggle against the Illini.
Yeah.
Actually, not really. That was
did.
a pretty good game.
Running game.
We should have beat those guys by 2 touchdowns.
I don't know about that.
No, we should have.
Yeah.
Over twice on the goal line.
Sorry.
Utah coach Kyle
Still talking sports?
Whittingham stepping down after 21 years. So Kyle Whittingham, the winningest coach in program history and one of the longest tenured coaches in the FBS, will step down following the Utes' appearance in the Las Vegas Bowl on December 31st, the school announced on Friday. Boy, college football has just lost one of its most underrated coaches.
What a cool last name. Winningham?
Yeah, Whittingham.
Imagine losing all the time, though, but having that last name.
I'd still think you'd probably feel like a loser.
What?
If you lost all the time.
Well, yeah.
Even though you had a last name like Whittingham.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you'd be a winner. It's all about how you perceive yourself. It's not really about what others
that's a
think.
good point. Yeah.
Like when you start worrying about how others perceive you, it's not your job to worry about how people see you. It's your job to just live your life, man. You have no control over what somebody thinks about you. If you think it's not what they call you, it's what you answer to. You know what I mean? You answer to loser, then that's who you are. But if somebody says, hey, loser, and you just keep walking, clearly not talking to me, man. Not talking to me. Just tell them.
Yeah.
Whatever, dude.
Whatever, dude.
Keep walking.
It's good advice, Carey.
If you say whatever, dude, you're kind of acknowledging it.
That is true.
You just keep it moving then. Because if somebody says, hey, loser,
Yeah, just keep walking.
just keep walking. That ain't my damn name.
I don't know why, but when you say that, and I picture like doing it, hey, loser, and you don't even acknowledge it. I feel like I want to play, it's that song. I can tell by the way.
Yeah, Carey knows.
Saturday Night Fever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like somebody says it.
Staying alive.
You're a loser. Don't even acknowledge it, then start playing that song in your phone.
Strut. Like John Travolta did.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm glad you said that because that's who I was going to say sung it.
Well, that's why I said you
didn't say
knew
Bee
who it
Gees.
was.
The Bee Gees.
Them too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think Creed. I think Creed redid it.
Yeah, they remastered it. Yeah, at one point. No, not once.
Not yet.
Not yet. Opportunity is out there, though, Creed. All right. Okay. Question 1 is coming up in our Sports Six-Pack. You just got to send it in. Air Comfort Service Sex Line, 314-399-9646. Again, part 1 of the Sports Six-Pack is next.
Have you ever thought about investing in U.S. farmland? Let's be honest, probably not. And neither did I until I sat down with AgVest founder Chris Bronner, and we discussed a whole bunch of things. And he laid it out there that, investing in U.S. farmland offers you steady returns, long-term growth, and real stability. No matter what the market is doing out there, that farmland just keeps appreciating year after year. And for 14 years, AgVest has helped leading financial institutions manage over 900 million farmland deals. And good thing is they're licensed in 10 states. And listen up, if you own farmland and maybe you're not sure how to maximize that, call AgVest. They can help you with full service management from sourcing, diligence to rent, as well as tenant selection. All of this is a great idea. You don't need millions of dollars to do this either, but you do need to pick up the phone and call Chris Bronner. Again, he's the founder of AgVest. His number is 618-520-7022. 618-520-7022, or you can always visit agvestadvisors.com. Buy land they're not making anymore.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Launduff Chevrolet and Johnny Launduff Autoplex. The Blues back in action tonight, taking on the Chicago Blackhawks. Looking for a win. They lost last night to the Nashville Predators by a final score of 7-2. Tonight's game, you can listen to it on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 6. Puck drop is at 7. We have our Sports Six-Pack coming up next, so get your questions in to the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. We'll do the six-pack next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Launduff Chevrolet and Johnny Launduff Autoplex. See them at launduff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
Time for the Sports Six-Pack here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Air Comfort Service text line is 314-399-9646 with Carey Davis and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter, and here's Andrew Marsh with question 1.
Question number 1.
Bricklebottom wants to know, did you all already discuss Kirby Moore? Apologies. We apologize to Bricklebottom because we have yet to bring up the Kirby Moore news.
Wait, no, we have. Right, we haven't. Why are we apologizing to him?
He's apologizing if we already brought it up. I'm apologize because we haven't brought it up.
Got it. No, we have not brought it up. Kirby Moore, if you're just tuning in, yes, the
Who's Bricklebottom?
The texter.
Oh. Yeah. I thought it was like some other coach. I'm like, what?
No. Just a texter. The now former Missouri offense coordinator Kirby Moore is expected to be hired as the next football coach at Washington State, according to On3's Pete Nakos. Homecoming for Moore. He was born in Processor, Washington, and played receiver at Boise State between 2009 and 13. So the Mizzou Tigers will be looking for a new offensive coordinator. How do you guys feel about that?
Good for anybody that gets a new job, you know?
Yeah.
Moving on up.
Yep.
Yeah. Go from coordinator to head coach. It's the goal, you know? The dream. I don't know what that means for the old Mizzou Tigers in terms of who's the next.
Would you be looking for, so you're ahead.
Me? I would definitely be looking, if they want to call me, I would call for the Tigers in this bowl game.
Right.
Down in Florida, I believe. And going against
when we look at
Virginia.
when we look at Mizzou's offense over the last couple of years,
they're not calling. I'm sorry.
Not yet.
You don't know that. They don't do that to him. Yeah. Don't you just poo-poo on his dreams?
That was kind of rude, wasn't it? First the Ravens, now this, you know? I didn't say that when you asked Anthony Beck to call that play in the game.
Wow. Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
No, we supported you. We just
were
said
right there for
probably
you.
won't be in the final, but we supported you.
When you asked him, I said, Anthony, you know what? Anthony Beck, he's a good guy. He'll call it. He'll dial up something.
And you just sky dumped. But you're the guy at the party that stood on the toilet seat and pooped all the way down into the toilet, just splashing it everywhere.
Yeah.
All over Carey.
Wow. That's because you guys never let me finish my thoughts.
No.
They're not calling you because the Falcons are going to need a new OC. And you're outstanding for them.
Thank you.
And I will absolutely support you in that. I know you do a great job. I know you just feed Bijan. We just talked about it.
Give him the ball.
That's why we were just talking about it in the break.
Easy.
Mizzou, great opportunity, but the bigger opportunity awaits in the NFL for Carey.
And I actually play for the Falcons, so makes sense.
It makes sense.
Makes sense. Okay.
And it also connects. There's a homecoming for Kirby Moore. There's a homecoming for Carey.
Yep. So, again, getting back to the actual conversation at hand here. What's wrong with your hand, Anthony? What happened?
Little shaking something off, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Funny, I had the same problem.
I thought you, of all people, would appreciate what I just did there.
I did. Of course I did.
Next thing you know, he'll have a white glove on his hand like old Justin Herbert.
Glad you went with Herbert instead of somebody else. Continue.
I gotta say, is it gonna be missed?
There's some people saying that they don't care.
No, there's
the play calling for Mizzou's offense, like it was
fine.
It's fine.
It was mid.
It's fine.
Yeah.
You know, now some would say, well, they didn't have the quarterback, didn't have this and that. But okay, but the play caller was just fine.
Do you know how I know he's not going to be missed? I think the overall reaction from Mizzou fans, who can be a little passionate, we'll say, also touchy and sensitive, they are like, oh, yeah, no, it'll be great.
Wish you the best.
They're not upset.
Man, good luck to
They're
you.
not ticked off. They're like, yeah, man, go for it. It's a dream job. You're going to be awesome. So, yeah, I think they'll be fine. Would you, Carey, I know you would take the job.
Sure.
What I was going to ask you, though, would you be looking, if you're the head coach, right? So in this case, Eli Drinkowitz, would you be looking for a veteran OC or the next guy that you think could?
I would be looking for, well,
like we've seen Ohio State, for example, go with
Matt Patricia
and Chip Kelly. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Chip
would be
Kelly's also
looking
available.
for,
Okay.
I would be looking for a guy that can get talent, number one. I think that's, it sounds crazy, but in my opinion and what I've seen from college coaches and how they hire, they mostly look for guys that can recruit. Like, it's not about the X's and O's, it's the Jimmies and Joes. If you can get some of those guys in there, we'll figure out how to coach you up to play football well enough and scheme you up properly. So a guy that can recruit, that can land some of those big-time, big-name players, and then somebody that can have some explosive, fun offenses, because that's what young players want to play in. Like, if you can find a guy that can, bring along a quarterback, if you're bringing in a guy from another school and you got a quarterback that wants to come with him, or, it usually works in that way. So somebody that can get some people in there that can play.
Question number 2.
All right, the MILF Hunter wants to know, if Broberg and Holloway don't re-sign because the Blues suck, how far back does that set us into a rebuild?
Well, they're restricted free agents, which means the Blues only have to offer them a qualifying offer to retain their rights. So they don't have any real leverage unless they decide they want to do the old offer sheet thing again, to which Army's been very clear to the league that he will have enough money in the kitty to match any offer sheets that would come through. He took care of the Hofer contract. I guarantee he will have enough money laying around to match anything that's offered for Holloway or Broberg. So I don't think there's going to be an issue there at all.
Question number 3.
From a 618, if the Buccaneers miss the playoffs, is it one of the most historic collapses in pro sports?
I don't know. The Tigers' nosedive last year is pretty bad.
They still made the playoffs.
They did, but they didn't win the division.
The Eagles had a nosedive 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
They still made the playoffs. It would be pretty bad.
Yeah. It's got to be one worse. The Colts will be worse.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. This season, the Colts would be worse. You're right.
You could bring up the Colts team when Carson Wentz was the quarterback and they had to just beat Jacksonville in the last week of the season to get in.
They were like a 14-point favorite.
What about that Philly team that lost 5 in a row? They still made the playoffs, but they lost right away, didn't they?
Yes.
Yeah, they lost to the Bucs.
So that's a pretty big collapse.
That is a big collapse.
Yeah, that's the one I just said.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about Tampa Bay.
We were. Then we were talking about other collapses. Carey brought up Philadelphia.
Now, guys, this might be a dumb answer.
Thinking about it in my head.
Wait.
This might be a dumb answer.
Ain't no such thing.
Is Helsley available or? It's me.
That's okay.
I threw myself under the bus.
We have fun.
You didn't have to do that for me.
Hey, listen. I listened to what you guys said. You guys yelled at me for 15 minutes. You didn't yell directly at me, but I knew you were talking about me. For 15 minutes, but I got to be a better teammate.
Listen, if you took it as that way, then that's obviously you're recognizing some of your own things.
Either way,
this might be a dumb answer, but after going to the Super Bowl the following year, and they got rid of their coordinators, they went to a different team. But the Philadelphia Eagles dropped a ton of games at the end of the season and then lost to the Bucs in the playoffs.
Yeah, but that team made the playoffs, so
that team made the playoffs, so.
Hey, Marshy. Yeah. Looking right at you, buddy. Right at you. Okay? All right. Okay, it's on.
There's got to be like a hockey team or another baseball team.
Oh, yeah.
Who was,
there's a lot of collapses.
Well, what about the Braves? Remember when the Cardinals ended up coming back and making the playoffs in 2011? There was a team in front of them.
Yeah, that's a good call.
The Braves.
Biggest collapses.
Well, the Tampa Bay Lightning one year, 4 straight to Columbus. I think they were President's Trophy winners.
Oh, yeah, they got swept. They had no business being swept.
No, they had no business losing a game, let alone 4.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty big collapse, I'd say. Maple Leafs were up, 3-1 against the Boston Bruins, and the Bruins came back at 1-7. That's a pretty big collapse.
I mean, if we're doing playoff rounds, it's got to be the Yankees to the Red Sox.
0-4, 0-3. I mean, down.
Yeah, but we're talking about seasons, right? That's kind of high.
I didn't know what we were talking about.
I just said historic collapses in pro sports.
Clearly. He ain't listening.
So if we're not talking about seasons, we could be talking about a series, maybe a particular game, perhaps even a particular half.
We got the best one.
Oh, wow.
In a big game.
Really? It's the Oilers. Buffalo Bills came back by like 30 points, didn't they?
Yeah, but that wasn't like
one game.
I think it was just a regular season game, wasn't it? The playoff
it was a playoff game.
Oh. Anybody else have a collapse like that in the playoffs?
Not in the Super Bowl, right?
I can't imagine that happening.
You guys aren't ruining me.
You know what? That franchise won last night. Let's give them their props.
Thank you.
They flipped the script last night.
They did. They really did.
You know what? You know what I thought was ironic?
There's a Falcon fan that tweeted out to his when it was 3rd and 28. I was
just about to say that. Yep.
There's a Falcon fan that tweeted out, "Can't get away from this." Shh. The screenshot of 3rd and 28.
That's pretty funny.
That is funny. All right, let's continue our Sports Six Pack next on 101 ESPN.
time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. And I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
All right, part 2 of the Sports Six back here on the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Marsh, why don't you go ahead and hit us with question number 3, please?
Sure, I'll hit you with question number 4.
Number 4.
That's what I meant. 4 is the number. I actually didn't think we answered 3.
I don't know. Mm-hmm. I can't remember.
We had the Kirby Moore question.
Yep.
We had the Blues question. We had the Bucks question.
What Blues question?
About Broberg and Holloway.
Oh, that's right.
That's right.
Question 4, please, Margie.
Parking Lot Bob wants to know, has Chaim Bloom eclipsed Mozeliak in the art of answering questions and actually saying nothing of substance?
Who is that? Which
Chaim
one?
Bloom.
Chaim Bloom? No.
Has he eclipsed him? He just
No.
got the job.
Just got the job.
Pretty
Let's-
tough to
let's-
eclipse a guy who's won a World Series.
Plus 2, let's be really realistic here. I want the guy to be transparent. I do. I want him to be transparent. I want him to speak. I don't want him to speak down to us as fans. I don't want him to, like this texter is suggesting, beat around the bush and really not say anything, just tap dance, whatever. But if he's got a trade that he's working on, bless you. Newsflash, he's not going to go into the media and say, cooking up something real good, sending Arenado somewhere. You're going to love this. Like, what do you want him to say?
I would love to him. I would love for him to say it just like that. In the lab, cooking it up.
Hey.
Working on this
it
Nato trade.
Once I get done with this presser, got a little something for you.
Sorry, I got a phone call right now. We're trying to trade Arenado.
Yeah, put him on. Let me put him on speakerphone. Let's do this. You want to see how this is done? Watch this. Like speaking code. It's a good question. Just hold on a little bit. You never know. Before dawn, there might be another trade. BD. It's for you.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brendan Donovan would be the code in that case.
Oh, there's no Bill DeWitt.
Yeah, no. BD, he can't trade.
You can't trade Bill DeWitt. Or though, can you?
I don't think you can trade the owner.
Have you tried it?
Might be.
I don't think
might be you the one that's getting traded.
I think it'd be a conflict of interest.
Could you imagine? Bill, come in, sit down. Traded.
Been looking at some
I've
things.
traded you.
Just checking out some other owners around the league.
But I didn't trade you outright.
We got an owner to be named later.
The Giants.
Got an outfielder. Used to play for the Giants. Not those Giants.
Question number 5.
All right, from the 314, if you were the Blues GM and it is 1 week before the trade deadline and the Blues are exactly where they are right now, what would you do?
I don't know. Pray.
Oh, God. Jeez.
Listen,
Jamie.
What? I don't know. I hate the hypothetical questions.
There were 4 points out. There'll be 4 points out. They're saying right then, right there.
Am I still depleted with 5 injuries on my roster?
Sure.
Is it sitting exactly the way it looks right now?
Yeah.
Probably nothing.
Just gonna let it ride out.
Yeah.
Ride it on out, huh?
I mean, would I look to move a Justin Falk to try and capitalize on getting something in return? Of course I would. Would I look to see what the asking price would be for Braden Shen? Yeah, probably, but you better blow me away with the offer. Otherwise, I'm not trading my captain. And then after that, where are we going with all this stuff? Robert Thomas, no trade. Booch, no trade. Kyrou, no trade. And then all the guys you can trade, you don't want to. Like Jake Neighbors. I wouldn't want to trade Jake Neighbors. Dylan Holloway. No. So you only have a limited amount of movement. I guess the only other big name you could throw out there would be Jordan Binnington. And see what you get for him. But again, just like I said about Shen, you better blow me away with your offer if you're going to take what I consider to be, he is the franchise goalie. He leads in every category for the Blues. Better blow me away.
Question number 6.
Grant Francis Fan Club wants to know, aside from Braden Shen, which players can you definitively say are a positive for the Blues culture?
Well, I just named a couple. Jake Neighbors is positive for the culture. I think Colton Parayko's a positive guy for the culture. Jordan Binnington, Joel Hofer is carrying a bigger voice right now. Nathan Walker is positive for the culture. Like Oscar Sundqvist. There are a lot of things that are fine. Like, the team is not playing well, and the effort has not been there. And last night there were some damaging things that happened and were said post-game. I want to see the response. I want to see tonight. I want to see Monday. And then, we can kind of reevaluate some things from there. But, just because there's bad effort or there was some soft play doesn't mean every guy is terrible and should be gone. It's just not factual.
Fair. All right. It's Fastlane on 101 at ESPN. Speaking of the Blues.
I just got called a homer.
Did you?
It's from the 6th. Jamie is such a homer. This team sucks. There's a limited number of players who actually play hard. Buddy, go back and listen to the first segment today.
You literally just said, when Marsh asked you, what do you do at the trade deadline? You said pray.
I know. What I said and what he heard or she heard is obviously not the right thing. So
I did cut that part out, though, earlier in the segment. I don't know if we can have that on the podcast.
Which one? The first segment?
You said something.
I did, but go back and listen to that segment. Period. Dot. Dude, come on.
Whatever. All right. Is this the year to take a step back in order to move forward? Or is there such a thing with the Blues? That's next on 101 ESPN. 5:04, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Appreciate everybody tuned in on this Friday evening in St. Louis. Now, Marsh, you had a thought that if the Blues perhaps are still, they're going to take a step back this season, maybe in order to move forward, they do need to take a step back. Perhaps you're trying to provide some hope for an otherwise hopeless situation here.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the way the team's playing right now, and I know we've had conversations in the past, specifically going back to last year, about how important the playoffs are, and they are important. I think it's important for these players to get set experience. I'm just looking at the draft, though, this year, and there's some players that could be franchise-altering players. Now, the key word is potentially, but if you land yourself within the top 5, I have a feeling that ultimately is going to help you in the future based on some of these players. And I just don't know, if they got it this year, man. Like what we're watching, I'm watching some of the top end teams around the league. I don't know. I just don't see it really happening this year. I mentioned the Avalanche. They're on a completely different level than the Blues. It's not even close. And this team really just feels like the Cardinals. I would hate for them to be stuck in the middle and miss the playoffs and then miss out on some really good talent that they could end up drafting. But again, I would love to see this team in the playoffs. I don't know if this version of it gets in.
5:05 p.m. Andrew Marsh would prefer the Blues tank than win games so they can get higher draft pick. And write it down.
I heard it too,
Marsh, your thoughts on that?
Write it down? All right, write it down.
Sure, write it down. Write it down. I'm probably not the only person that feels that way.
So basically, if you're going to
lose with a purpose.
If you're not going to make the playoffs, you better be a top 5 drafting team.
Okay. Now, would that do anything to change around the current team?
The current team?
Well, team
it
within
could.
the next couple of years.
I think it absolutely could.
All right.
You get one of those top defensemen, perhaps?
So, Marsh,
there's a player that you've been looking for.
Marsh, what I'm hearing from you then is you're saying it's a talent issue.
Right now, a talent issue?
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit of both things. I think that the effort is lacking.
I'm not saying you're wrong, by the way. I'm just.
But yeah, compared to other teams around the league, absolutely, it's a talent issue. Mm-hmm. Not that these guys aren't talented by any means, but comparing them to other teams around the league, they're not there yet.
In theory, I'm with you. You might as well, if you're going to lose. Lose really bad and put yourself in a spot to draft the generational talent.
I don't want them to be in the middle like the Cardinals have been.
100%. I'm with you completely. One of the things I worry about is you still have the wrong mix of players for whatever reason, and I certainly didn't. I'm not being hypocritical here. I did not think that at the start of the year. At the start of the year, I thought they had the right mix of youth, veteran players, and guys like Cam Fowler that were being added to fill spots, address needs, and you were set to go. But for whatever reason, and I know we've tried to dissect this, but for whatever reason, they have not been able to take what they did from the Four Nations tournament last year and transfer it into this season. And I know, Jamie, you've broken it down every which way. You've talked about the plays that have gone wrong and what those players needed to do on those specific plays. You've talked about how you can continue to rearrange the cards in your hand, but it's still the cards that you got to play with, and it's just not happening. And Monty, and I've made this point before, Monty seems to me like he's a parent at the end of his rope that's kind of just like, hey, you figure it out then. You want to do it your way, you figure it out. And the players haven't responded, unfortunately.
Yeah, and to be clear, Monty's frustrated, and I'm not going to speak for Jim Montgomery, nor am I going to assume he feels a certain way about things. Mm-hmm. I know he's frustrated, but that's because he's a winner. He wants to win hockey games. He's not frustrated to the point where he's like, I don't know what to do with this team, because he's clearly coaching every day. Yeah. He said last night post-game, I showed them 5 clips of where we went wrong and what we needed to change, and it didn't change. So the problem I have is when a coach can't see the mistakes when a coach is unwilling to show the players the mistakes, when he's waving his white flag up, going, I don't know, I did my job. These guys get. Monty's not there.
I mean, he's saying
it's
to
just a broad statement.
Okay.
It's not aimed at you. Trust me.
I also want to be clear when I say he's a parent that's kind of like, hey, listen, if you think you know better, go for it. But I'm going to be right here, and I'm going to show you the right way. But continue.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah. I was talking more in general than
we're right here.
Wasn't aiming at you. It's not always about you, Anthony.
With somebody.
Oh yeah,
I mean, jeez, come on.
You were doing it by yourself for a long time.
Yeah, that's
he usually likes to do that.
It's fine for a while, but
and as far as the talent comment goes, I'm just going to disagree because Radek Faksa was the only different player you had on your team last year, and I wouldn't call him a talented player. I'd call him gritty, hardworking, emotional, all those things. So to me, it's a bigger concern as to where did that team go? Like, the team we're seeing right now is the same team we saw going into Four Nations.
Yeah, yes.
And then coming out of Four Nations, we got a whole different team for 25-ish games that showed us what they're capable of. Mm-hmm. So how did that team reach that success, yet this team feels like, well, they don't have enough talent? I'm just going to have to push back. Now, a lot of the talent is injured.
Right.
Snuggerud is injured. Kairu's injured. There's a lot of your goal scoring. Torpchenko and Walker, a huge part of your identity line right there. So, yeah, there's some pieces missing. To me, man, it's all a mentality. It's the way they're playing. They're not playing with the urgency or the attention to detail that they need to be.
Could you say that they need to outperform their talent level in order to win games and be the team that we saw last year?
Well, look at how did they win last year? So your question is very valid, and actually it's more of a statement, really.
Yeah.
The way they won last year was in your face, finish every hit, block every shot, every scrum, 5 guys in. Ryan Suter clearing out the front of your net like a savage at 40 years old.
Yeah.
That's how they won. It wasn't tic-tac-toe.
Right.
No, those cutesy plays ended up happening because they got more time and space on the ice, but that wasn't the primary way they were winning. They were winning playing a playoff brand of hockey,
right?
Which this team needs to play that way. Just like in 2019. That team in 2019 did not have the horses to outgun the Avalanche. To like all the teams that had the big, they didn't have the dynamic players to do that. But what did they have? They had a group of players that were willing to do whatever it takes to win a hockey game. And that's why I get frustrated right now with the current version of the Blues is you don't have to have the top scorer in the league. The top scorer in the league, as good as he's been, hasn't been able to win a cup. You know, but the best player, Connor McDavid. Nathan McKinnon has won a cup. You know, whatever, Kucherov, those. But I'm just saying.
He's got more goals than the Blues have points, like their top player.
Dang.
Yes, correct. So, but when you look at some of the teams that have won the Stanley Cup, you know, Florida Panthers, they're you say, oh, they're riddled with talent. Did they have anybody reach 100 points last year?
No.
I don't think so. But then several guys get 60 or 70. So I guess that's my point, is you can still win hockey games, especially in the sport of hockey. A hardworking team can outperform the opposition if they're willing to outwork them.
And going back to my original point, I think what I'm scared of as a fan is that they do figure it out, but then it's too late, right? Because last year they barely squeaked in, and it took that 12-game win streak.
Oh, yeah, and a tiebreaker.
And it's exactly. And they went up to the final game of the season. I'm scared that may happen again, but this time it doesn't work in their favor. It's too late, and then all of a sudden they're sort of in the middle of the pack. They don't make the playoffs. They don't really get a top pick. And again, they're like the Cardinals. And I'm kind of scared about that. I don't want the team to tank by any means, but that's kind of where my line of thinking is.
But here's where we're at is you've already declared that the re-whatever is over. So if that's the case, then what do you call what's going on right now? Do we just simply just call it a failure? Or do we now go back into the re-whatever? It feels weird, right? Because you took those necessary steps last year.
Yeah.
You got to the playoffs. You made a statement in the first round. And now you're back to where you started after declaring that we are going to be a playoff contending team. it's a very tough spot to be in right now for Doug Armstrong because he believed, and as he should have,
and we all believed.
We believed in the roster that he put together, and he thought to himself, well, all right, I got a good mix of young guys, veterans. I got a hardworking group. I got a great head coach. Yeah, we're done with the, trading away the contracts. We're going to be a team now that starts building towards what we think is going to be a window of opportunity in the next year or two.
Yeah, I just wonder if they go back to their original timeline, and if they do end up with a nice pick, that's just like an added bonus. And with these injuries, younger players are getting their opportunities. Now, you might not be a playoff team, but I do find value in these younger players getting a role for however many games that they end up playing in. But maybe you just go back to the original timeline, which is like next year or the following year.
The funny thing is that Army said something last offseason. He said that, not the one that just went by, the one before. He said that this season would probably be the most difficult season they have during the the retool. But then last year they went on that run, post Four Nations. And it opened his eyes, opened everybody's eyes. There wasn't a person in St. Louis that didn't think, holy crap, we got a team here.
Right.
So why would you not think during the offseason that the next steps were still moving forward? By no means would you think the next steps were 3 backwards. And I think that's the problem right now is you kind of, I want to say all in on the play. You kind of went all in on what you had, and you're looking to build, but what you had is not working now. They're going the wrong way. So as a GM, as a president, like, how do you plug the holes now?
Well, I think we can also look at this as in a positive way of saying, okay, well, now we're kind of figuring out maybe who doesn't work with this team, right? When the expectations were there, these guys didn't meet set expectations, and now I have to maybe reconstruct this roster in a different way.
So who would you say that is? Just out of curiosity. Because
I mean, you could pick someone every night.
Well, you can,
somebody
but
different.
But if you're picking,
you have to look at the core. I mean, those are the guys, right?
So again,
that's the problem.
But again, so if we're looking to change things, I'm a big believer in solutions, and this is where sometimes I've had some issues with people. They like to talk about the problems for an extended amount of time, and I'm like, all right, we've identified the problem. We don't need to talk about it for 30 minutes.
Right.
What's the solution?
Sure.
And so we try to find the path to a solution. What would the path to a solution be? Because you have no trade clauses that are in here. You have young players you'd still like to keep that you believe are part of the future. So how do you fix the current problem within a realistic, you know what I'm saying? Because he said, get rid of him. Can't do that. Their contracts tell you can't do that, and you're going to pay them $8 million. Go sit at home. Dad, tell them to sit at home. Okay, by still paying him $8 million, or you're paying him whatever, you know? So the solution has to be something that moves the needle forward.
And you're thinking that is within the team.
You're hoping it is.
It has to be.
It has to be because the help from the outside is just not coming right now. Robbie Fabry was a nice piece that fell into your lap, but Robbie Fabry should be a third-line left winger, and that's where he stays on a good team. Shouldn't be your best player after never playing all season long yet. Just saying.
Maybe you move off of contracts that you can move and get some space on the salary cap, and then maybe try and find that guy.
So here's the guys you could move away from, just to put it out there. Pius Suter. He might be a nice little piece at the deadline for somebody because he's having a really good year for the Blues. You signed him to 4.1. He doesn't have any trade protection whatsoever. So Pius Suter could maybe get you a little something. Don't know how much, but, Jake Neighbors, are we moving on from him?
Nope.
Okay.
No, thank you.
I'm just asking. Matthew Joseph, he's a piece that will probably be looked to move, but what are you getting?
Getting salary relief.
Yeah, but that's fine. It doesn't help you for next year.
I mean, it does.
No, it doesn't because he's unrestricted, so that salary's gone anyways in the offseason. You know what I'm saying? Dylan Holloway. I don't think I'm moving on from Dylan Holloway. No. I just don't. Nick Bjugstad, one could argue, maybe a team that's a contender needs some depth. Toropchenko, you could sweet talk me for that. I don't know. Oscar Sundqvist, same thing. Jimmy Snuggerud, I'm not trading him. I'm not trading Dvorsky. So as you see, you go down the list here, your options start to shrink just because of like the reality of the game and the contracts. So it's very difficult to be a GM and a president in the National Hockey League with a team that is playing like this.
No question. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 at ESPN. Why don't we come back and we'll play like the lamp. We'll dive into tonight's matchup against the Blackhawks a little bit. So why don't we do that? We'll do a quick segment, Light the Lamp, next on 101 ESPN. We got another slate in the NFL that I can't wait to play at Underdog. You can too. You can make your entries and win money right now in Missouri playing on Underdog. I talk about it all the time. Just choose whether or not a player is going to go higher or lower on their stats. That's it. Last night, there's a couple of plays that I liked. I love Kyle Pitts to go higher on his receiving numbers. I think he did that in the first half, right? I mean, how you want to play it, it's up to you. But looking at this slate, there's a sneaky good player that's seeing a lot of action in the Cleveland offense, and that's Harold Fannin. He's the tight end. The Bears have struggled against tight ends this season. Browns, the game script, likely to be passing a lot in that game as the Bears have a lead. I like Harold Fannin to go higher than 49.5 receiving yards. I think that number's too low. And again, he's seeing a lot of run here. I've been talking about it. I think Lamar Jackson is about to explode again. I thought the second half, fourth quarter specifically, was great last week for Lamar Jackson. I pick any of his numbers. I like him to go higher than 31.5 rushing yards. I like him to throw for more than 1.5 passing touchdowns. So he gets 2. We cash on that. You can parlay that or pair that up, with Zay Flowers to go higher than 68.5 receiving yards against Cincinnati. Those games tend to be high scoring. If you get your entries right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. So download the Underdog app today or go to the website. Use my promo code Anthony to score $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. Again, use that promo code Anthony at Underdog, where you can make plays and win money. Must be 18 or older and present. Missouri terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_dat.html for details. Concerned through play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.nspgambling.org. Blackhawks tonight pregame starting at 6 o'clock. Puck drop at 7 o'clock. You can listen to the pregame on the Blues Radio Network. You can listen to the pregame on 101 ESPN. You can listen to the game on the Blues Radio Network. Either way, you just tune into 101 ESPN, huh?
Yeah, take care of it all in one swoop.
You're damn right we will. Absolutely. Jamie.
Anthony.
You see a major rebound for our Blues tonight or what?
I would, listen, if I'm in that locker room as a player, knowing the result of last night's game against an opponent that you should be playing more difficult against, playing a harder brand of hockey.
Sure.
And then you have the Blackhawks tonight. So you go from your new rival in the Predators, because I consider them newer. The Blackhawks are your traditional rival. If you don't have a bounce back, if you don't have a response game tonight, the problems are bigger than I thought.
Sure.
I have a suggestion.
Oh, please do tell me.
And well, I have a thought first, and then I have a suggestion. You know, Jamie, we've been looking for everybody to figure out whose fault this is. Like, who's not doing what? Who's not pulling their end of the rope? Who's not doing well enough? You know, is it the jerseys? Is it the the contract? Whatever excuse you want to make. But I was sitting there thinking. And there was a thing we used to do every time this theme music came on. We would get 56 keys to the game from Jamie Rivers. And you haven't given us any keys to the game. So, I mean, if we're looking to blame.
Undefeated, Carey.
So I want to ask for 56. Jamie, just give me 2, 3 keys to the game for success tonight. Hey. And the winning streak starts today thanks to you, Jamie Rivers.
All right.
You know whose fault that is?
Whose?
Masterson in the snake pit. Hated
the keys to the game.
Hated the keys to the game. Complained about it every day.
He wrote an email to John Kielski.
He wrote an email.
Remember when John came in here
and we stopped it?
He shut all the mics off when we were talking about it.
Wanted Jamie fired.
It was weird. John almost did it too. Yeah. Then I had to think all the contract, but he said that's null and void too if he wants to. So basically, I have no leverage, Anthony. Yeah. It's a good feeling to wake up like that.
Oh,
nice.
No.
Yeah.
Any keys?
Yeah, I'll give you.
Just give me a couple.
I'll give you a couple keys.
Thank you.
Key for me tonight is own the net fronts. Own the net fronts. Be a bunch of savages.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're over aggressive. I don't care if it causes fights. Like, at this point, you've been called out by your captain and your coach about being soft in front of your net and in front of the opposition's net. You have to have a response.
Let's go.
Right, to outcompete your opponent, win your 50-50 puck battles.
Yeah.
Don't leave the corner without the puck or blood. One of the two.
One or the other.
One of the two.
Your only 2 options.
And that's it right there.
Yeah.
That's it. The only 2 keys to I don't even care about passing, shooting. If you do those 2 things, you will compete in the game tonight.
Net front and corners.
Yeah, compete and own the net front.
Yeah.
There you go. Those are the keys to the game. The keys to the camper, too, Anthony.
Why don't we light that lamp then?
Do that hockey.
Let's go, baby.
And a couple of guys can really shoot the puck.
Shoot! I must confess you scored first.
Well, who was the first person?
Breakaway! Shoots! Score! We got hockey to learn.
All right, Marsh. What's the latest standings?
These 2 gentlemen on this side of the room, Jamie, Carey, still tied. 10 points. 10 points.
Yeah.
How'd you get tied?
I've had Pew Suter a couple games ago, man.
Yeah, was he a 3-pointer?
Yeah, you better believe it.
That's why Jamie's trying to trade him.
Don't puce me off.
Too late.
Anthony, you picked up another point last night.
There you go.
You're at 3, and I'm at 6.
Man. Where you going, Jamie?
Jake Neighbors.
No, come on.
It's got to happen.
Give me Braden Chin.
I was going to do that, too.
El Capitan. These guys don't want to do it. I'll do it.
Give me Dylan Holloway.
I don't hate that.
He does all this studying and goes with
Robert Thomas.
Robert the Thomas.
Give me Pew Suter.
Oh.
Yeah. Carey doesn't want him. Turned his back on him. I'll take him.
I love
Jamie tried to trade him last segment, so let's do Pew Suter.
It's because he's an asset.
He is.
Anthony,
he's going to be an asset
told
tonight.
That on the text line. Why would you trade him? He's an asset. That's the very reason you do trade him.
You don't have a lot of those right now.
And make a trade. Not that guy.
I like him. Trade somebody I don't like. Preferably somebody that's got a no trade clause that won't go anywhere. All right. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. We are going to do our NFL Week 15 big game predictions, breakdowns next on 101 ESPN.
Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. Blues take on the Blackhawks tonight after losing to the Predators last night by a final score of 7-2. Tonight's game, you can listen to it on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 6. Puck drop is at 7. If you have missed anything from today's show, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page. You'll find all of our shows there, and it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
Plenty of great matchups in the NFL this weekend, so why don't we get to our big game matchups and predictions. Why don't we start off with the Ravens and Bengals, just because while it's not necessarily a marquee game, it certainly got implications when it comes to the AFC playoff picture and obviously the AFC North. I like the Ravens in this matchup. I think it's going to be fun, high scoring. Bengals have struggled mightily against mobile quarterbacks. They struggle mightily against running backs, and they're literally the worst league. They're the worst team in the league when it comes to defending tight ends. Ravens have two of them, Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely. I don't see Cincinnati pulling off two upsets against Lamar and the Ravens this season. And like I keep saying, I think Lamar and the Ravens go off this weekend because I started to see their offense find rhythm again last week. I like the Ravens.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to be blinded by a couple of sets of downs that Lamar looked like he really figured his game out, that's for sure. I'm going to go back to the Baltimore team that I know.
Whoa. Well, then you should open your damn eyes.
Got my glasses on. I'm good.
Good. You got your earbuds in.
I got my earbuds in. I can see just fine, okay? I think this is going to be a shootout at the OK Corral. I do. And I think that Joe Burrow is going to outplay Lamar Jackson. And that's the only thing I'm basing it on. I got the Bengals.
Yeah, I got the Bengals as well. I feel like they are playing, I won't say good football, but when you have Joe Burrow healthy and, you know, you're moving in that direction. Last week was a tough loss by them. They were dominating that Buffalo Bills game until Joe threw those two interceptions. One tipped, great play by the Buffalo defender and picking that off and taking it for a pick six. And then the other one was just a tip pass as well, which got picked off. I like what the Bengals are capable of doing, especially just a familiar foe. You're at home. I think Baltimore is a 2-point favorite, but that's almost a pick'em game. So I got Cincinnati in that game.
I think Cincinnati sees the writing on the wall. They're not a playoff team. I think the Ravens will play with more desperation. We always hear that word in hockey. They're playing desperate, Anthony. I think the Ravens will have a little bit more of that because they are neck and neck with Pittsburgh for the AFC North. So I think they come out and have a strong game. Hard to beat a team twice. Obviously, we established that. I think the Ravens win.
All right. Moving on to the Bills and Patriots. Jamie, how do you see this matchup playing out?
I got the Bills in this one. It's going to be tough, like Marshy's saying. You beat a team twice. Patriots already stepped up, won a huge game early this season. And I think Buffalo is ready to return the favor at this point. Josh Allen is just a machine. Watching him play in the snow and all, I think he's on a mission right now. Mm-hmm. And found out today he's going to be a dad.
Oh, that's huge. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations to him and his lovely wife. I think it's, are they married yet? Haley Steinfeld? Are they married?
I think they got married.
Yeah, I think they did get married.
Either way, congratulations to the lovely couple. I think the Buffalo Bills win this one.
Okay. Yeah, I got the Bills as well. I think, the Patriots shocked them in Buffalo in that game earlier this season. And it was a really good game by the Patriots. But I think the Buffalo Bills, I still think the Patriots win the division, but I think the Buffalo Bills push it a little bit closer this weekend.
Yeah, I think the two top teams in the AFC will come down a little bit this weekend. Obviously, the Broncos take on Green Bay, and we'll get to that game. But I see the Patriots taking a step back. I believe they're coming off the bye. So
they are.
Patriots are, yeah.
You could lean New England, especially with the way they've been playing. But, man, I feel like Josh Allen is going to wear the cape this weekend on the road, and he's gonna ball out.
I have the Patriots right now, but this is one of these games where I actually do think I'm going to flip. You know, the Bills, their biggest issue really all season, Gary, is
stopping the run.
The stopping the run, exactly. However, the last 2 weeks, they played Pittsburgh and they played Cincinnati. They've allowed 112 yards on 35 running back runs, so that's only 3.2 yards per carry. Again, Pittsburgh can be a little spotty at times, sticking with the run. Cincinnati can run at times, but I think Buffalo, if they have shored up their biggest weakness, then I think they go into New England and win the game. The other thing I don't love about the Patriots is if you watch that game against the Giants on Monday night, for some reason they love Ramondre Stevenson, and they featured him again.
Yeah.
Like, he came back off the injury. I thought, well, it's Travion Henderson's backfields. You know, Stevenson can do mop-up duty. It was the opposite. Yep. So I think Ramondre Stevenson puts the ball on the ground a couple of times again this weekend. I don't think he's the more talented back, and I think the Patriots are making a mistake.
I will say this about the Patriots. I thought it was weird last week. Obviously, you know, you got Joe Burrow, so you want to throw the ball, but the weather conditions really seem to me like they should be running the football. The last 2 weeks against the Bills, neither the Steelers nor the Bengals really ran the football. And so we don't know if that run defense issue is rectified.
We don't. Yeah.
Like, if I'm the Patriots, I probably would lean heavily on Travion Henderson and Ramondre Stevenson, more Henderson than Stevenson. But I don't know that is corrected just yet. But I still like the Bills in this game. It's just one of the reasons why, come playoff time, they make me nervous as hell, because if you can't stop the run and the team actually decides to do it,
you're going to have issues.
Good luck.
Yeah. Packers and Broncos. Carey.
Packers. I think the Packers are – I feel like the Broncos are fool's gold. They have been, in my opinion, all year. We've said this numerous times. They're winning games in a similar fashion to what the Kansas City Chiefs were winning games last year.
Yeah.
Except for they don't have Patrick Mahomes, and I don't think they have what it's going to take to get them to the Super Bowl before we find out. I think that's going to come to an end at some point, and I think the Packers are the better team. I think they've been playing outstanding. Defensively, they've been outstanding, getting after the quarterback. I think they put a lot of pressure on Bo Nix in this game, and he's going to turn the ball over a couple times.
Marsh, I know you're on the Packers.
Absolutely. Carey said it perfectly. The Broncos are fool's gold in my mind. I do think this is going to be a low-scoring game. Because of the two defenses, I think it'll be tight, but ultimately I think Green Bay ends up winning.
Yeah, it's weird to say this about the other team when Denver has won 10 straight games, but it does feel like the Packers have more momentum going into this game. Again, it's weird, but they've won 4 straight. Denver has won 10. But as Carey just mentioned, Denver has definitely walked the tightrope. I didn't think they were overly impressive against a bad Raiders team last week. I didn't think they were overly impressive against the Commanders 2 weeks ago on Sunday night. They had trouble putting them away. It shouldn't have been a game
Mariota
last week. Yeah,
was a quarterback in that team, and they had to go to overtime.
The Raiders gave them issues in that 10-7 game on Thursday Night Football when the Broncos were at home. The Texans with Davis Mills gave them all kinds. They couldn't pull away in that game. That was the game C.J. Stroud got hurt.
Right.
So Denver, I just feel like they have wanted to be knocked off the high horse there for the last couple of weeks, and I think the Packers obliged this weekend. Lions-Rams. Marshy.
Rams. Going with the Rams.
Do you think the Rams keep it close? I'm sorry, the Lions keep it close.
Oh, absolutely. I think this is going to be a shootout. I really do. But I think the Rams ultimately win.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I got the Lions. I got the Lions winning this game. I think it's, you haven't. I just
10-year listener.
You haven't a 10-year listener. I think that it's going to be a slugfest, like a physical game. I think Detroit is going to do the best that they can to make it that way, not all the glitz and glamour, and you're not going to be able to, throw goal line fades to Devontae Adams on the 1-yard line. They're going to force you to be physical, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I think if it's a physical contest, I'm leaning towards the Lions more so than the Rams.
You backing your Lions too?
No.
Okay.
I got the Rams.
You've seen too much.
Well, it's an away game for the Lions, and Matthew Stafford and that team are playing pretty good. I just don't like the matchup. I love the Lions, but I don't like the matchup. I picked the Rams in this one.
I also think the Rams defense is going to make it a tough day on Jared Goff. Now, I do think they find ways to score because they have so many playmakers on that team. Mm-hmm. But when the fourth quarter rolls around, I think that Jared Goff is going to struggle.
Marsh, if you would oblige here, what do you think the Rams do best?
What do the Rams do best?
Yeah.
I think they get the ball to their playmakers.
All right, so but through the air, they pass, they throw well.
They had a hell of a running back, too.
You're right, they pass well. Brian Branch suffered an Achilles injury last Thursday. We talked about this. Kirby Joseph has missed the last 7 games with a knee injury, and Teron Arnold is out for the season. Detroit has allowed a league-high 1,274 passing yards and 10 touchdowns over the last 5 games. I think Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, and even Parkinson, the tight end, are going to go off this weekend. I got the Rams as well. All right, boys, let's wrap up the show next here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Hey, this is it, St. Louis. The year-end sales event is going on right now at Auto Centers Nissan Herculaneum. So head out there, go see my friends. I love Auto Centers Nissan. I love the people out there. The service department is fantastic. The sales department is great. They make it the car buying experience fun because that's what it should be. You can get no payments until summer of 2026 on all remaining 2025 Nissan models, or you can lock in 0% APR for 60 months on the 2025 Murano, 2025 Pathfinder, and the all-new 2026 Rogue. That's 5 years interest-free. And they're doing that because they're clearing out every last 2025 Nissan to make room for the 2026 models. What does that mean for you? What that means for you is massive dealer discounts and the year's best offers right now at Auto Centers Nissan Herculaneum. So if you're looking for a used vehicle, Auto Centers Nissan has you covered. On select used vehicles, you can get no money down and no payments for 3 months. But if you're looking at new, every new Nissan includes a lifetime warranty and a 30-day return promise. They've got both at Auto Centers Nissan. They've got over 1,000 new and used vehicles in one easy location. So head out there this weekend. Tell them Stalter sent you. It's AutoCentersNissan.com and Auto Centers Nissan Herculaneum. If you missed anything from today's show, you can always download the podcast available at 101ESPN.com or via the Dobbs Sarno Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. All the podcasts are brought to you by Shaver Door Company. Time to find out what everybody learned today. Marsh, what'd you learn today?
I learned, and I actually thought of it in the break, and I forgot to write it down. But I learned that there are some listeners out there that, although Mizzou fans, they are capable of criticizing the team.
Wow.
Nah, they don't criticize the team. They just criticize the coach.
Well, they're part of the team.
Part of the team.
Yeah. I guess they figure if they cheer for him, they can criticize him. If you don't cheer for him, you can't criticize.
Okay.
Shameful.
Carey, what'd you learn today?
What did I learn today? I mean, I don't know. I didn't learn much. I learned that Marshy is slowly becoming a villain.
Whoa.
Thanks to Jamie Rivers.
What the hell, man? What the hell?
All right, we got
I ain't even been here.
It's a mixture of all of you guys.
Thank you, Andrew. I told him to say
Combination.
Yeah. We're a team.
Marsh called us children today.
He did call us kids.
Came back and he said, hi, I'm Andrew Marsh.
3 children.
With 3 children.
we were coming out of a serious conversation.
Very serious conversation.
Yeah, he said some dark things.
He did say some stuff.
He was the one that said stuff. Yeah. Jamie, what'd you learn?
I learned that when you take a couple of days away from radio, you got to reboot the computer not to be cussing on the air.
Ooh, yeah.
And then I learned that if you really don't have an argument anymore, but you still want to push back, you just say, whatever, dude.
Yeah,
that's it.
It's effective. It really is. Yeah. What I learned today is that once again, on my birthday, March 30th,
your Sharks.
Yeah, baby.
They are your Sharks now.
San Jose Sharks are playing the Blues.
Yeah.
As if the NHL's in on the bit, too. That's unbelievable.
Oh, that's hilarious, man.
Now, will you take that day off?
He probably will.
Think about this. One, the Blues couldn't be. They may not have been playing that day. Like, that's an option. They don't play, right? The other option is they play any other team other than the Sharks. 2 years in a row, March 30th, Sharks. This time in San Jose. All right, Marsh, take over.
Oh, man.
Ready for the 3 stars?
Yes, sir.
It's time for the Fast Lane's 3 Stars of the Day, presented by Circus Sports. No bet fees ever with the world's largest sports book, now at your fingertips in Illinois and Missouri.
All right, our 3rd star of the day. I mean, these are tough, too. I have 3 good ones, in my opinion, and you could put either one of them, each one of them, as the number 1 star. But I'm going to give the 3rd star of the day to the dump button.
Yes. You can go back and look at all 3 of us panic and hit that button.
The video is
Jamie
good.
Todd Bowles Rivers.
Yeah.
2nd star of the day goes out to the phrase, whatever, dude.
Whatever, dude. Love it.
And our 1st star of the day, of course, goes out to the San Jose Sharks schedule maker.
Yeah. NHL schedule maker.
Yes.
Looking out for Tony Hockey.
Yeah. Tony Hockey.
Tony Sticks.
Tony Sticks. Unbelievable. All right. That'll do it for us. Hey, everybody, have a great weekend. Don't forget, we'll have the Blues and Blackhawks pregame coming up in 5 minutes. We'll have the puck drop for you as well. Army-Navy tomorrow. Everybody enjoy their weekend. See you.